Good morning, friends. Happy Friday. Welcome to MyFundedFutures and MyFundedTV. I am Terry Trades, and we have our amazing, powerful expert trader, Tom Sabo. Hi,
Good
Tom.
morning. Hello there, Terry. Good to see you. It's so good to be back on a Friday. And hello, everybody in chat. Special hello, as usual, to Abhishek and Magnus and Trevor and Nate and Aaron. Thank you so much for helping us out. And hello to everybody at MyFunded TV crew. Terry, it's so good to see you on Friday, just like every day. But like Friday, we can always do what we want. And of course, we have so much to do today as well. How is your morning?
It's good. It's good. I'm under the weather. I'm a little sick, and I still hope I can kick your butt in the debate today.
I'm sure you will, by the way. I think you will because, I think you have such a great team. But, I'm with all my respect, this is like amazing to see how many people are voting for you all the time. Guys, if you're new here, Terry won so many debates. Like she was like, I think you were winning like 9 in a row or 8 or something
my gosh.
like that.
That was only after I was down by like 10 in a row. I feel like this is reverse psychology.
It works, if it works.
Vote for me. Okay, we will be doing the debate in about 40 minutes. It's a debate challenge where Tom and I go head to head and we debate each other. And then everyone votes and sees who won the debate. So that'll come up. I can share the schedule though. Let's get the party started.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
So today is Friday. You are currently watching Terry and Tom on the morning push. At 10 to 10:30, we have PineTreeTrader. At 10:30 to 11:30, we have Mr. Zink. At 11:30 to 12:30, we have Husk and Methodical Man. At 12:30 to 1:30, we have Matt Cowart. And that is the schedule for today. And of course, we have our amazing debate in about 40-ish minutes. I know it's come back by popular demand. Everyone's been saying, when are you guys debating again?
Oh, yeah. And we're going to go creative over the weekend because we're going to have some more exciting topics. But today's topic is going to be cool, too. Obviously, I'm going to put some hidden messages here and there so you guys can actually get that subconscious vibes, like where to vote for. But yeah.
Oh, my God. You guys, I'm sick. Feel sorry for me.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we can, okay, yeah. Yeah, we can give a bit of a go ahead for Terry because she's a little bit under the weather. So, but we're gonna make it, guys. Don't worry. Anyway.
Oh, you're so funny, Tom.
Anyway, what we need to do before we go to the fun stuff, well, it's all about fun, right? It's not just about trading,
yes.
But we got to talk about the chart a little bit because, well, a quick recap and of what we're looking for, right? So the thing is, a London session. Oh my gosh, guys! If some of you were joining me in the London session, I just had the most beautiful short position this morning. It was such a great trade. I wish I could break it down for you. It would take at least a couple of minutes, but basically, I was shorting in the London session. The whole situation here after like 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I was not trading then, but when I sit down to stream around 2 a.m., I was watching this and everything lined up so perfectly for a nice short there, all the way down to 222. This was such a beautiful, beautiful short. So I took the entry at 255. I know it's not like too many points here, but the trade itself played out perfectly. The market absolutely was working as it should. Like it moved, the price was moving as it should. Everything happened by the book. Swept some highs here in Asia session, then created an inversion gap, then picked up liquidity from that gap, and then slowly grinded lower, picked up some leftover liquidity in these fair value gaps along the way down. It was just beautiful. So I'm not going to break it down now, but it was really, really a great trade. After that, I did make another trade, which was obviously a stop loss. It happens sometimes. It was a small position though, but these were the two trades I had today. And in the early New York session, I was a little bit busy in the gym, but now I was busy and I was not able to stream and I was all over the city. But the thing is, everybody's waiting for the CPI news, and I guess I did the right thing by not pushing the button. It was pretty much sideways action. In terms of demand and supply zones, there's only one level, and we're going to talk about that more later. One level here at 217. That's a really, really good looking 3-minute demand zone down there. And of course, we have the VWAP and all the usual levels down there. We have another 3-minute level demand zone, which has already been tagged once, by the way. That's why I'm not really looking at that closely. That's at 258. So anyway, I'm going to put it there so we will not forget it. Just give me a second. So there's a line. That's 259 to be exact. So there's another demand zone on the 3-minute. But the CPI news. So yeah, Terry is going to talk about it more with the headlines. And of course, by the numbers, I would say overall, like we can say that the numbers were not bad, actually. So cheaper prices in goods could be potentially a good thing. Now, how you interpret it by the market and for the tech sector, that could be a different story. But the CPI numbers, almost as expected, actually a little bit cheaper. So not such a great increase in numbers. And I would assume that could be positive. And the market actually spiked up there. How much was it? It was like almost 100 points, 92 points there, which is good. Now, this spike here was such a strong move that, as you see, there was quite a bit of a difference here in between these candles. But what we're seeing is that this range has not been rebalanced. So by rebalancing, let me show you just a second. By rebalancing, I would like to see, let's just go to the 3-minute chart. Good example. There are no down close candles in the range from 300 all the way down to 284. That's not a lot, I know, but I'd like to see this range to have down close candles. So that's what we would like to see. That would be amazing. Now, if that happens, I would be ready to go short. So we'll see, but yeah, down close candles. But at the market open, I'm not sure if maybe we're gonna spike higher. There's a flat candle here at 274. I think that was. Yeah, not 74. Come on. Yeah, 274. Yeah, that was a flat candle. 275 actually. So there's no wick on the downside, which could mean potential targets as well, especially in an intraday market. So sell side liquidity in this one could mean that, you know, maybe I'm going to jump into a scalp and trying to look for that 275 level and then maybe to get below 260. But yeah, that's a good plan, actually. If we have down close candles below 294, I might going to scalp it down to 275. On the upside, though, there's nothing. There's a buy side liquidity level at 393, which I think is just only a swing high. Yeah, that's just a swing high on a 15-minute time frame here, but nothing else. And there's a 1-hour supply zone way up there at 571. I don't really think that we're gonna see that, but you know, I did hear that in the London session, like it's TGIF, thank God it's Friday situation. I'm not sure. I'm not really following that concept, but I think for the ICT stylish TGIF situation, we would need a sweep of liquidity lower. Like we should be sweeping lower, or at least, you know, these levels should have been swept already below 25K, but it didn't happen. So I'm not sure about that. I'm not really following that concept, but I like to see the market just go lower to 275. And yeah, just a quick look on gold. Gold was, you know, nothing special happened on gold. Actually, I wasn't really trading it in London session. There's a 3/4 minute demand zone down there at 47.74.6. If you guys want to short it, obviously I would be looking for a shift or structure shift below 47.88 or 87. So these are the levels that I would be looking for sells, or below here possible sells, and target the 4774.6. Otherwise, I'm not interested to go long on gold. I checked everything. I'm not going to switch to a different time frame now. But there's nothing up there except previous day highs. So let's just skip that. And of course, a quick look on ES, kind of like the same situation. A 15-minute demand zone was completely taken out. I don't see any downside target except, yeah, there's a sell side liquid. I don't know what that is. I think that's just a swing low. Anyway, there is no proper demand zone that I could really go with on ES. So I did check it. Technically there is, but like, I'm not sure. There is a level at 68.58. I don't know. I'm just going to leave ES as it is. I'm definitely not going to go long. I'm sure about that. So again, focusing on NQ more, but obviously we'll follow through what's happening at ES as well. But yeah, so bearish bias. I am definitely bearish biased more on NQ, at least at the open. If it's going to push higher, you know, the situation is like the same as on NFP numbers, FOMC numbers, many cases. We have a sell side liquidity at 275, but we also have a potential buy side liquidity up there at 366.75. Now, usually the situation goes the same as I said at just like at NFP. We take out both sides. We did see that many times. And if you just scroll back your charts for the past 2 or 3 years, you will see that you know, at least 6 out of 10 times, let it be CPI or NFP, it's going to sweep both buy side and sell side. So who knows which one is going to happen first? Even if we sweep buy side at 366, I would suppose, and I would hope that we will see a sell-off to take out sell side. But yeah, we'll be reactive. Thank you so much. That's all I have.
Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
I was looking at the daily chart on NQ, and I thought it was very interesting. Can we look at the daily chart on your chart? The daily chart
on NQ, I'm going to switch to the mini so we won't have any disturbance there with the markups. But yeah, here's the daily chart on NQ. And this is the mini, this is not the micro, which is like 99% the same. But yeah, I'm seeing that we're pushing higher. There's a fair value gap lower though at 968, but there's a swing high. Is what was the level that you were looking for?
Oh, I just thought it was so interesting of how many green candles we've had since that bottom. And now we're hitting that consolidation mark on the left.
Exactly.
Remember that period where we just went back and forth? It felt like forever.
Yeah. This area here, a huge consolidation and yeah, lots of bullish candles in the past few days. And yeah, question is, are we going to have a final push? Now there's a swing that's really good that you brought this up, because there's a swing high at 435 on the daily. So what if the market wants to push through? But yeah, we are inside of this consolidation, right?
Yeah. Oh, it'll be interesting to see what happens today. Oh, everyone, there is a forum in chat. Make sure you get your name on that list for a chance to win a free account from MyFundedFutures. You do have to be present if your name is announced in chat. It is usually happens sometime during our segment, but we don't know when. So make sure you stay tuned. And then if your name is announced, make sure you tag MyFundedFutures to claim your prize. Otherwise, there will be a re-roll and you will lose that free account. So we don't want you to cry.
Yeah, you got to make sure you watch the chat, you stay here. Actually, you know, it should be mandatory by now for everybody, just so you know. You have to stay here until the end of the whole show, until Matt Cowart says goodbye to everyone. You should be here because like there's multiple giveaways. So, and always watch the chat, right?
Yes, exactly. I can quickly go over the news that came out. So CPI, it came out at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And the core CPI month over month came in a little lower than expected. It came in at 0.2%. The forecast was 3%, which is good, right? That means inflation is a little bit less than expected. CPI month over month came in at 0.9%. The forecast was 3.0%. So also a tiny bit lower. That explains that initial first pump in after the news was released. CPI year over year also came in a little bit lower than expected. It came in at 3.3% versus the forecast was 3.4%. So very bullish regarding that. We do have more news coming out at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have prelim U of M consumer sentiment and U of M inflation expectations, and also factory orders month over month. So that'll be at 10.
Yeah, that will be a 10. I don't know how much the market is gonna wait for that. That's like a survey, I think, survey-based number. So yeah, I guess it it can give a bit of a forecast of how the economy is doing, but as we talked about it a few times, at least from my perspective, even though I'm not trading fundamentals, and so I'm not gonna go into some expertise there, but the thing is, I don't think that these survey-based numbers are really pushing the market that much. Actually, that is something that I know a trader here in my country. He's really, really good on fundamentals, and he's only trading on fundamentals. And I clearly remember that's what he told me. Like, hey, Tom, don't worry. The survey-based numbers don't really matter too much. But who knows? Maybe that's what the market is going to wait for. I don't know. Not sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm with you, Tom. I think the market's going to really digest the CPI news.
Oh, yeah.
CPI is a big deal, right? Usually it's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal. And speaking of other news, like thank God today we don't really have so many heavy headlines regarding the Iran situation. As of now, it pretty much seems like, and fingers crossed, it's going to stay that way. Everything is going to be like at least quote unquote normal until the ceasefire stands, and hopefully they will figure out a deal. I think everybody's waiting for that. But today on Friday, a couple of minor news regarding the situation, but thank God no major headlines so far. But like, always use a stop loss, right? Because like you never know when tweet comes and everything is just going to go upside down.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. How are we doing on the likes today?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I want to see how we're doing with the numbers. Let me just refresh the page and let's see how we're doing. We are having 110 likes. Thank you so much, everybody. Almost 400 viewers. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for hanging here. And if you're watching us on X or TikTok, make sure to hop over to YouTube. Please smash the likes, because this is how it works. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. We're almost hitting that 64K marker. I'm sure we're getting closer to 70K real soon. And, more giveaways, more fun, right? So that's the goal.
Yes. And Tom, you promised that you're going to do a dance for us at 70,000, something like this, maybe.
That's 100%. That is also in my job description. So it's going to be there. Every 10K, Tom is doing the dance and singing. Yeah. So
yeah. And you said you're going to call Luke on the phone.
Yeah, I will make sure to call Luke. He's super generous with us every time. I do feel that there is this huge hype every time, like when everyone knows Luke is going to come to the stream.
Oh, yeah.
We have definitely more viewers, even more engagement, because Luke is always throwing some goodies for the chat. So we'll make sure that he will give us some more giveaways.
Yes, exactly. Our march to 70,000 subs. I see we're at 63.9K. Thank you everyone for subscribing, watching us every morning, hitting that like button. I can go over the current promos if you'd like.
Let's see. Yeah. Let's see.
Yes. So right here in discount code, you will type in code YouTube to get the best discounts with MyFundedFutures. It does help to support our channel every time you use code YouTube. So it is 20% off any of the rapid accounts. The rapid accounts are our daily payout accounts. If you love daily payouts, this is your account. So instead of paying $157, you save $31.40 for a total of $125.60. I did see PineTreeTrader has requested 3 daily payouts in 3 days in a row on this account. So this is quite amazing. I also saw, you guys, in the funded chat that someone was trading one 150K rapid account and then got moved from SimFunded into live. And then I saw him take out 5 figures. So 5 figures. So that's in the tens of that, right? 10,000 more of a live account payout. And once you're moved into live, it is like daily payouts also. So I saw him do that once. I saw him do it twice. And then I saw him take out more money. Like he showed, well, I don't know if he took it out, but he showed his P&L for the day and it was a few thousand. So shout out to you. I think your name is Divinity in the trader chat. So amazing. He is in Blue Row Capital.
That is amazing. That is so amazing to see these traders, and congratulations. That's a huge achievement. It really is.
Exactly. Corb Trade says hard work and persistence. Absolutely. Someone commented that they were feeling, sad because I think their account got liquidated and because they hit max loss, right? And my response was, it's to try and pick each other up, right? Like this is what we need to do. We need to pick each other up because it is a journey and it is persistence definitely pays. And I said something like we learn and then we stay in the game. That is the game. You have to stay in the game. Otherwise, if you quit, you're not going to get there. Like you're just not. So
It's exactly, and so well said. Thank you, Terry, for saying this, because I wanted to say exactly the same. And also just a small add down there that there's some good news and bad news. Like if you're like, oh, but this always happens. I mean, we always lose accounts every now and then, let it be eval or funded account. And the bad news is that, I'm sorry to say this, but it's going to happen again. For some people, it might going to happen maybe even today, hopefully not, or maybe next week or in a month. But, the good news is that you have control of how to reduce the number of those incidents of losing an evaluation account or funded account, because you're going to get better on that. Maybe when you're starting out, you're obviously, statistically speaking, you're losing more accounts, but that number is going to decline, and after a certain amount of time, ideally, optimally, you will going to babysit and nourish just like maybe 2 or 3 accounts, let it be eval or funded, and that's the goal, right? So don't worry, it will happen again, but you will have more and more control over your risk management, and those blown up days are definitely going to decline. And you look back and you realize, oh my gosh, it's been like, I don't know, 2 weeks since I blown up an eval, or a month since I blown up an evaluation account or a funded account. And it's just, you will see the results. So just don't give up, right? That's the goal.
Yes, exactly. Keep at it and come hang out with us every day.
Yeah, keep at it, keep pushing. That's the goal.
It is the goal. So it is 30% off the pro accounts using code YouTube. And this is the Big Daddy account that we love, the 150K. This account you can really run up. Also, you can really run up the rapid plan too. So Divinity, shout out to him. That is the guy guy or gal, I'm not sure. But that person is the person that I was sharing that took out tons of money from the SimFunded and also from the live account. And that was in the rapid plan, the 150K rapid plan. But you can also do this in the pro plan. So up to $100,000 in SimFunded payouts per trader, and from any of our accounts. But like the pro plan, you can just let it run.
Oh yeah, just let it run. And it's just, rest assured, you can build up your account, because MyFundedFutures is paying you out in a split second. And just remember that you are at a prop firm here at MyFundedFutures, when you never ever have to worry about all those drama that could be happening outside MyFundedFutures. Here, you're always going to get paid. Just focus on trading. That's it.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so we have 4 minutes until the market's going to open. What do you see so far?
Well, so far, we are in the same range. And the range is, let's see, Yeah, about 25 points. So not much is moving. The 1 minute chart looks terrible, but not much is going on. I'm kind of looking for that 275, a little bit excited to jump in. The problem is the market open can be a little bit tricky. So we could be spiking up like 50 points in a second. And I'm not sure I want to. A part of me wants to jump into a short. I really want to pull the trigger and just, get in there and take that 275. I really feel like I should. I don't know. It's hard to say no for this, but as I said, it's a gamble right now. CPI, we don't know how the market is going to react at the first 2 minutes. So you got to be cautious, and you got to be careful. I think I'm going to choose again to wait, not to enter the trade. I think we had this situation 2 times now or 3 times this week when we were talking about a level, and then the market opened up and it just went there, just blasted through that number. But I'm still not going to do the pre-entry, and I'm going to wait. Nothing wrong if you want to jump in, anyone, but make sure to use proper risk management, right? Because this market can move 50 points, as I said, in 1 second, especially at the market open. Yeah,
definitely. I kind of like to trade with the macro themes in mind, in the back of my mind. And so the CPI report did come in better than expected. So I think I might be leaning more bullish today. So I might look for some longs. I'm thinking I might take the 5-minute orb though.
That's good. That's
I'm
a good
feeling
thing.
it.
That's a good thing. And by the way, we did forget to say one thing, so I'm just going to say it super short. We are looking for good stories and to share your journey. If you feel like you have a good story to share with us, maybe your first payout, and you feel like you would like to share it, just apply for a form. Bishek or Magnus will put out the link in the chat. Apply for it. We will have an interview with you, and we would love to have you here on the stream to share it with us as well. But if you feel like you would like to join us at MyFundedTV, because we are looking for a co-host for the future, even if you don't have a big following, no problem. If you have the energy, if you have the guts for it, and just go for it. Apply, and we will also have an interview. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Tom. Yeah, we have someone scheduled to come and join us in about 13 days. So that'll be really fun. Special treat for us.
Yeah, exactly. We're getting better, bigger, stronger, guys. So expanding. MyFundedTV is expanding.
Yeah, because of you guys, truly.
Yeah, 20 seconds, everyone. So buckle in. Proper risk management. Right. Never forget. If you don't feel like, if you don't get that feeling of what to do, then just don't do anything. Just watch the market open. 10 seconds to go. Good luck, everybody. Stay safe. And it's Friday, so
it's Friday.
Have fun.
Whatever you do. Oh, here we go. It is pumping.
Oh my gosh, this is exactly what I was kind of picturing. Yeah.
I'm so tempted to just jump in long, but I will wait. I'll wait.
With this kind of volume, the situation could happen that we talk. It could be sweeping both buy side and sell side here. So 366 and 275, which will be it first. So the news is positive, but especially because at least I definitely think that this was positive news. This is why I think there could be stops below 275. So I'm still leaning to get the trade going for 275. I'm just not sure if I should.
Yes. Okay. So we are trading above yesterday's high. There is a very high probability that we will go and test yesterday's high, which is below us. Hopefully it will go down that way. If you're looking at taking a short, Tom.
I don't know. I'm actually still thinking maybe it will spike the highs first. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's really hard to decide what to do right now. So it feels like it wants to go up there, right?
Yeah, it wants to go.
It definitely feels like it wants to go, and I'm really not sure.
366.
Yeah, go on.
366.75 is the high on the micros.
Yeah, 366.75, and it's a little bit interesting. So is it going to push it through, or or not? That's the big question. Just to sweep buy side and then reverse, but it might just going to range in this area. So,
Okay. I think we will break that high. I think we will. I don't know when, but I think we will. So what I'm going to do is put a buy stop above it, looking for a scalp.
So buy stop above the high is what you're saying, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know when it's going to trigger.
Okay.
But that is part of my plan. I can cancel it if the orb breaks the other direction.
Yeah.
Because I am planning on taking the orb.
Okay. Let's see if it happens, or is it gonna reverse to the downside? That's gonna be interesting. I'm also waiting for a move here.
Just all the games that NQ likes to play.
Yeah, this is the typical NQ dirty play. So you never know.
So we are trading above or towards the highs of that data candle, the CPI data candle.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna be also focusing. Well, since we don't really have any other news other than the University of Michigan number until 10. That might, as we talked about it, that might not be a huge impact for the market. And question is, are they going to push it higher, or is this going to reverse?
Maybe
you still have you have your buy stop at 366, right?
Hold on, I'll tell you the exact level. Okay. I was just moving the
no problem.
Yeah, so I have my buy stop at 387.
387.
Oh, wait. Yeah, 387. The high of the day.
The high of the day.
I did move over to minis because it's going to be a quick scalp.
Quick scalp. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm kind of thinking like, okay, there's a push, but how is this gonna go? Yeah, I think we just spiked higher. So that's my 366. And now I'm just kind of thinking that, are we going to reverse here or not? So this is still something I was expecting. So we had the push 366, but now comes the real question. Are we going to reverse and take out that 275? I'm actually a little bit excited to see the reaction. I'm also watching the 15-second chart, not because that's really mandatory, but let me actually, just a second. I need to make sure that I'm trading on the correct account here. All right. So yeah, there is a gap here on the 15-second. Are you in a trade, Terry?
No, not yet.
No.
I'm just
Okay.
waiting.
It's waiting. All right. So yeah, I'm just also waiting, trying to see how these candles are printing. There's no inversion gap yet. I mean, there is a fair value gap here. I'm just thinking, is this going to invert that gap or not?
Okay, if the 5-minute orb is triggered on the sell side, I just feel nervous to take that because my bias is so bullish for the day.
I entered the short. I'm sorry. The reason why I entered is I want to go for 275. Actually, maybe it's a long shot. Maybe I should take off one micro. Where is that level? At 306. Maybe I should take off one micro at 306. I don't know, because if this is just so I actually went ahead. I should have waited for the inversion. I should have waited until, okay, now this would be a possible entry. So we inverted this gap, and I'm still not out of the woods yet, so it's still very dangerous. I'm going to put a buy stop at 345. So my stop loss is 345.50. Maybe I'm going to move it a little bit higher. Let's put it to 352. And I am going to be looking for, I'm going to be honest, I think I want to see it go all the way down to 280 maybe. But why is this holding this area? I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know, guys.
Yeah, yesterday's high is I think about 303. So hopefully it'll go that direction so your short can make some money.
Yeah, that would be good, but if it's not going, that's fine too. So we did not, so the opening candles range was 306.75. We'll see. 306.75. If it takes me out, that's fine. As I said, it's a small risk trade, but I don't know. It's tricky, guys. It's really tricky. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's pushing back. It's pushing back.
Pushing higher.
Why is it happening? Oh my gosh.
Oh, it looks like there's a special giveaway in chat.
There is? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but it looks really
something's going on there.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. It came so close to the first 5-minute candle low. Who's pushing higher?
Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to get taken out here. Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow. Okay. It is pushing.
I don't know. I mean, yeah. Okay, I'm out from this trade. No problem. It's a small paper cut, but let's see.
It's the probe trade.
It's the probe trade. So I wonder if this is just part of the game of NQ, and then we're gonna push lower. I was like really anticipating a sweep at least to go below 306, but it's not happening yet. So I might gonna go in again. So I'm not giving up on it yet. But maybe I shouldn't force it too much on this level here. So 940, at least down to 306. That would be great. That would be great. But I have to wait for more confirmation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We are just right in the middle, just consolidating in the middle of that data candle.
Yeah, nothing special. So, oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my gosh. Do I want to jump back in? Feel like I want to. Yeah, I want to. I jump back in. Even heavier. 4 micro. 4 micro, guys. 4 micro. I know. I'm going to take off 2 just to recover some from earlier. And then I'm going to be watching this real closely. It's dangerous to trade the market open like this, but we'll see.
About 60-ish points until we get the full gap fill. It is trying to fill that gap because we did open up.
All right, partial taken. Partial taken. Let's go. Somewhat recovered from the previous small loss. So I think basically almost recovered. And now I have 2 micro runner down to 280. So let's see. Yes, stops should be below 275, but I don't know why NQ is playing this game with us. But we'll see.
VWAP is at about 277.
All right, let's go. Jump, drop. I said jump instead of drop. No, don't jump. Jump down. Yeah, drop down. Oh my gosh.
I did not take the 5-minute orb on the sell side. I'm just so bullish on the day. I'm just gonna look for a green.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Well, so far it's all right. It's looking okay. As I said, I'm looking for the CPI news candle low. Was actually not like low, but there's a flat candle here. So the 275, but it would be great to sweep that. It's just not going for it yet, but it's fine. Anyway, I think we should start the debate real soon, right?
Oh my gosh, you are absolutely right. It is time.
It is time. So almost time. It's up to you if you would like to start. And obviously we should talk about the topic for today. And the topic is, are trading competitions are bad for your trading versus good for your trading journey? So again, are trading competitions bad for your trading or good for your trading journey? Quite an interesting topic there.
Yes, exactly. And I will pick the side of trading competitions is good for your trading journey.
All right. All right. So I'm going to say trading competitions are bad for your trading journey. would you
Okay,
would you like to start, or how should we do this?
I would like to start, please.
You would like to start, please. Okay, then let's get bamboozled. It's up to you, Terry.
Thank you so much. Yes, WAFA says it's good for your competition. So that is why. That is my first point. WAFA in our community. Okay, so trading competitions are good for your trading journey because it teaches you to take risk in a very safe environment. There are a lot of trading competitions that are completely free. And what a great way just to take on risk, have a great time. You can go full max contracts and just take those risks in a very safe environment. And there's still a chance to win prize money. I actually placed in 7th in a ninja trading competition, and I actually won prize money, you guys. So, and it was completely free to enter. So it's like a great way to see where you stack up. And yes, people will say, oh, you're just gambling. It means nothing about your trading journey. But let me tell you, it is very difficult. Even if you're full porting every single day, it's very difficult to end up on the top, 10 or top 20 or even top like 1,000. Because some of these competitions, it's like 10,000 people. So it's still difficult, even though, right, it is like it might just depend on the market conditions that week. However, it is very fun and it does help your journey because you can take risks. You can see where you stack up. You might surprise yourself. I completely surprised myself. I thought, hey, I can just finish in the top 50%. I will feel so happy and so proud of myself. And I was completely blown away. So you never know. It might be the thing that helps boost your confidence. And in trading, you definitely need more confidence. So those are my main points for why it is good. And also, wait, one more main point. Trading competitions are actually a way where some professional traders are able to get publicity in order to manage professional funds. So that's another really important point I wanted to point out. Those are my main points. And Tom, I will hand over the mic to you. But make sure you vote for Terry.
Oh yes, that's mandatory as well. Well, thank you so much. Valid points. Obviously, there's a really good points, but yeah, there's another side of the coin here. So yeah, trading competition. So competition is like almost like a race, right? Everybody. My famous, race driver, and my favorite was Michael Schumacher when I was younger, a race driver, Formula One. Obviously, I think 7 worldwide championships, and everybody wanted to be worldwide champion, and everybody wanted to be like him. Like, oh my gosh, what he does on the racetrack is amazing, and these competitions are like have some sort of a resemblance here. Like we do see many good traders in the trading competitions, and of course trading competitions are for everybody because why not try yourself out. Obviously it's not that easy to get into Formula One, but the thing is competitions are good for a reason. Oh my gosh, I get taken out, don't worry guys. But the problem here is that you're trying to compare yourself to different type of people, traders with different skill sets, because in a competition, especially in the top 10, especially in the top 5, top 10, top 30, depends on what type of competition we're running at, there are obviously could be more experienced traders, or could be like, no offense to anyone, and obviously this is not, again, it's not personal, but we could see some gambling type of habits there in those different type of competitions. Okay, so I would say you could be putting yourself into like a false belief. Your mindset could fall into a really bad place. Like, yeah, you would think like, oh, I can do that, this is the way to go. But competitions are having a different mindset. If you decide to go into a competition, you gotta make it clear to yourself that most of the time, and it's not gonna be like, there are some exceptions, but most of the time, that kind of trading is not gonna be the type of trading that where you want to get to, right, as a trader. So trading competitions are, I think, could be building up some bad habits. So bad habits maybe even make you lose your confidence or your intuition in certain cases. And I think psychologically, if you're not ready for the task, it could be bad. It could have a bad effect on you and your trading style. But of course, please don't get me wrong. Trading competitions are actually fun. It's good, entertaining as well. And obviously, everybody wants to go for the prize. Usually, there's always prizes, but don't forget the big picture, okay? Don't forget the big picture. The thing that you're seeing in a competition is not the quote unquote normal type of trading, all right? So on your trading journey, a trading competition is a fun part. It's a good thing to participate, but never take your eyes off the real goal, the end of the journey. I mean, there's never an end of this trading journey, that you got to stay disciplined. You got to stay with the proper risk management, because, don't let the trading competition build up bad habits and have a negative effect on you. So yes, my side of the argument is that a competition, trading competition, especially for newer traders, maybe not for the experienced ones, could be bad effect on your journey. But this is all I have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's get a poll up. Who won the debate today, Tom or Terry?
Guys, the thing is, I believe both sides on this one have really valid points. So, and we're going to try to bring up topics for the next debates as well. Like, it's not about who's right or wrong. And obviously you can choose whichever answer that you like better, but it's not about who's right or wrong. We're trying to choose topics that we can come up with valid points on both sides, and it's just fun to share. But yeah, it was a really good topic. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Okay, I have to vote. I'm voting for Terry. Vote Terry.
I'm voting for Tom. All right.
Okay, I am hopping in long with 1 micro, and this long I'm gonna try and let run for the day. I'm gonna look for 420 for the TP, and then I have a buy stop on a mini, just looking for a scalp. Once the high of day from the overnight high is broken, hopefully, just for a quick scalp. So that's kind of fun to have like 2 different trades going on, both on the long side, of course. Like, you don't want to do something weird, but yeah. So on long 1 micro, and if it goes against me, it's fine. I might even scale into it. I'm just bull.
Yeah, I'm also locked in on the chart a little bit here. I'm trying to follow with this situation, and I am ready to jump in a trade again, but I'm gonna go short. I'm sorry, but it's okay. It's all right. I entered the short trade again. So this is the 3rd attempt, but I partially recovered. I mean, from the first small loss, then I recovered with the partial. So basically, I'm down 1 R on this trade. Actually, I was down $127. So this is technically my second chance for the trade. And I'm willing to add to this one. I really want to see the 275 being swept. I'm so tempted to jump in even more on this. Oh my gosh, who's going to win? I don't know.
I think, yeah, I mean, that reversal on that 5-minute candle was very good. Snazzy, Tom.
All right, I'm going heavy. 2 more micros in this trade, guys.
2 more?
Two more micros, and this is super heavy. This is super heavy, guys. Don't do this at home, all right? Do not do this at home. I might have to follow this real closely and have the finger on the close button here if anything goes not so good. I want to see a nice waterfall drop here down below that 275. Come on. but you know, if I don't get it, that's fine. This account is going to be fine for next week as well. And then I just hope that Terry is going to make those profits real quick then.
Yeah, maybe we can both win, because my long is like a long for the long day. And
Okay.
yours is more of a scalp. So maybe we can both win.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm a little bit nervous here. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, let's see. 35. My stop loss is just above that 1 minute fair value gap. It's difficult. Yeah. I can't do it. Okay, I'm out. Okay, guys, this is it. And this is it. I can't do anything else. I am down $361 on this particular account, which is absolutely okay. This is the magic number for me where I can just stop and no trades. So no trades on this one. Yeah.
Okay. And this is like you've taught us, Tom, that rotating accounts is a really important part of your risk management and how you get payout. So now you're just like, so you leave that account alone and you just
absolutely. Yeah. This account is going to stay like this for next week. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch to an evaluation account, I think, because this was a funded. I'm going to switch to an eval. And yeah, I'm just switched the accounts and now I'm on an eval. So maybe I'll try again just for fun, but this is on a different, and it's not a funded account. This is an eval. So yeah, but I'm going to wait for now. And I really hope that Terry's trade is going to bust through the 400s up there.
Yeah, I hope so.
So let's go.
It's right about break even now. It's at 342. It's just one micro that I want to just let run for the day, hopefully. But yeah, I do have that buy stop still in place. So it will get triggered when the overnight high hopefully gets broken. Otherwise it just sits there, which is why I love placing the buy stops, the sell stops. It's like no sweat, whether it gets triggered or not, it just sits there. Like you don't have to do anything, which is nice.
That's the best scenario.
The best scenario. Oh, you know, while we're waiting to see if it'll take the high of the day, I just want to remind everyone that there is $5,000 up for grabs. You guys know about this? Type in 1 if you know about it. Type in 2 if you do not.
$5,000 of price pool, you guys, and it's just there for you to take it because the task is super simple, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I'm seeing lots of 2s. Tom, a lot of people don't know about it yet. Okay, let me pull up a graphic to show you. Yeah,
let's show it, Terry. Let's talk about it. This is really fun, guys, so you can make some extra money.
Yes, exactly. So this is where you get to express your creativity. Oh, I'm seeing lots of 1s too. Awesome. I have already seen one that was a clip that is hopefully making money for Jan. Shout out to Jan. Okay, here we go. Oops. Can you see this? Okay, I can share my screen.
Yeah, let's see it. Until we're not seeing the screen, I'm just gonna comment on the market, and I just want to say that I'm not happy about this movement. I really want to be happy for Terry's trade, but this movement, guys, I don't know if it's because the news release, by the way. So this sideways action is disappointing to say the least. So but don't worry, I am super happy because, by the way, I had an amazing week in terms of profits, so I'm not worried about this previous few trades. But you switch to the 5-minute chart. It's just so bad. I don't like it. Too many indecisions, pin bars up and down. It's just really hard. Sooner or later, though, and I'm going to stay with this assumption that we should be seeing 275, by the way. I really would like to see that. Maybe not now, maybe in the PM session. So let's spike higher, that 393 and up to 400. But then, 275, I'd like to see that.
Yes. Oh, okay. So I can share my screen. Yeah. I did drop a link in chat. Let me see if I could drop it again. So this is how you submit you can apply and submit your short. So make a creative short. You can take clips from our streams, or you can completely make your own and make it creative. You think anything that sounds interesting, fun, something that will go viral, because we're looking to share and feature clips from everyone, and you can get paid. So based on how many people view your clip, you can get paid, and there's a budget of up to $5,000 to pay everyone out. So this is really fun and creative, I think.
It is, and yeah, it's a win-win situation, guys. And nowadays it's just super easy to create some fun videos. Even on your cell phone, it's just a few clicks away. So yeah, just participate, and who knows,
Yes, exactly. I also saw that we're still doing the secret codes in our social medias, and there's still hidden codes in there. And I did see one, and remember before I thought there was one, but it was actually a Fibonacci line.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, I remember. So
I
you
totally
never
thought it
know
was
where
a
the code
code.
is hidden. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I think I really did see the code, because this time it said something discount 45. I'm like, okay, that has to be a hidden code and not a Fibonacci line.
Yeah, so you got to keep you have to be open-minded and creative searching for those codes, because it can be anything on the screen, anything there.
Yes, exactly. And then just a reminder, on Sunday, we do have a new video dropping from MyFundedFutures, a long form content. There is a series going on for new traders. So if you're new, make sure you turn on your notifications to watch that new video on Sunday.
Let's go. And by the way, Terry, you won the debate. You won. 55% voted for Terry and 45% for Team Tom. Thank you so much, everybody. Congratulations, W's in the chat for Terry. Good job.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Let's
everyone.
go. We love that.
Go. Tom,
Well,
you're such a good sport. Thank you for cheering me on.
Terry, the thing is, you have a great team. I have a great team too, but I think they're already on vacation enjoying the weekend. But but yeah, absolutely, guys, I told you, she has absolutely valid points all the time. It's really hard to debate with Terry, because very good points. Absolutely.
Yes, you had great points too, Tom. Okay, so the debate aside, real quick, I know we have less than 1 minute here. What are your thoughts? Would you enter a trading competition? And speaking of that, trading competition, make sure you check out Husk and Methodical Man. They are competing against each other during their segment. But yeah, would you enter a trading competition, Tom?
Yes, I would definitely enter a trading competition, by the way. I would. Yeah, so guys, competition is a great thing, but don't let it, I'm still standing by my point, don't let it, take away your confidence. But yeah, I'm going to enter a trading competition, that's for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. I can't wait till we compete. Remember, we competed last year? Do you
my
remember?
God. Yes. Oh my gosh. You were pushing it. Oh my, you were doing a great job there. Absolutely.
You were doing a great job, Tom. You were in the lead, and then you were so gracious. You're like, I'm going to bow out.
No, that's just a little, I was pushing it too much, I think.
So last year we did a trading competition amongst all the hosts. I wonder if we'll do that again this year.
We'll do that. We'll do that for sure.
Yeah,
of course.
So PineTreeTrader is here. Please welcome him with lots of pine trees. He loves that emoji. Thank you so much, Tom. It was a wonderful week. Thank you, everyone, for watching us. Tom, you take the last words.
I just want to say again, thank you, everybody. Terry, it's always nice to be here with you, and you're just lots of energy what you give to the chat and the stream, and everybody have a great weekend. Wish you all the best, and W's in the chat for PineTree, and see you guys on Monday. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Good morning. Happy Friday. Let's take a rapid payout. So I can trade this account. The market is moving. All right, let's do it. $632 daily payouts, guys. Pine trees in the chat. All right, let's do it. Because we know it's instant, so let's take that. Do it. Do it. All right. So that is all done. Now let me go to the chart. All right, it's already taken out. So let me trade this account just like that. All right, $1,100. So daily payout, $632. I think after commish, it was right around 570. So we'll take that right straight into the bank account. I got my Friday slot money. So when I go to the casino this weekend, have some fun. I got a little money to play with now. All right, daily payouts, rapids. Use code YouTube. Let's do it. All right, now market a little crazy this morning, a little choppy. Here's what I'm looking at. This is a little trickery here. MNQ has run the data high. NQ has not. We just had a little bit of news just come out just a minute ago, top of the hour. So I am looking for longs. I'm looking for longs. I have this bias that we're going to take out the data high on NQ at some point. I just don't know when. So I need to wait for a setup here, and then hopefully I can hop in. I will trade micros. I only have $1,100 in drawdown left. Look, I should have took the 10 cents. I'm just kidding. Should have took the dime. Isn't it crazy now? You go to the store and if you pay with cash, they round up or down or however because they have no pennies. It's ridiculous. Anyways, or sometimes when I'm at the casino and I go to cash out, they'll say, "Do you want to donate the change?" No. You want me to donate the change back to the casino? You crazy? Give me that money. Give me that money. All right, who we got in the chat here? I'm just waiting here. Like I said, I do have a bias to the upside. I just think this data candle will get run on NQ. It did not. You see right here on NQ, but it did on MNQ. So that is a something I'm looking at. You guys like that? Yeah. Right. Man, I can't trade this WeWop. Yeah, very, very choppy. I'll be fully transparent. I lost an eval. That 50K eval that I was trading all this week, trying to get it passed here on stream, it is gone. So thankfully, I still have this funded account. Yeah, I got caught up in the chop. I was trying to trade it too aggressively, and that eval is cooked. So if you lost an account, that's okay. What matters is I still have my funded accounts. That's the most important thing, right? And we just took another daily payout. So if I choose to buy another account today, I just put $560 in my pocket. That's a little over, I want to say like 3,000 or something like that on MyFundedFutures in the last week and a half for daily payouts. So, you know, I can take and invest that into another eval if I choose. But I do want to try to trade this account to see if I can and make a little more, make another daily payout on a Friday. But it is Friday, and Fridays tend to be one of my worst days as far as trading goes. Not because of the setups or anything like that. It's just simply if I start to go underwater too much, I don't know. I just want to make it back on a Friday. Maybe it's fatigue from the week. I don't really know. Just watching the NQ chart. Let's take a look at gold here real quick. So how many of you have gotten daily payouts this week? It's one of those things that I just love. Love the daily payouts. I hit 550 DLL and one funded, hit max consistency on one eval, Ethan. Let's go. I love the DLL though. The daily loss limit is very important. One of my longest accounts that I've ever had. I had a very similar DLL right around 550, $600, and it was a 50K account. And every time I hit it, I stopped. and I ended up getting 4 consecutive payouts on that account, and almost got put into live, but then I ended up taking off the DLL. So maybe I should go back to that. But yeah, keeping those daily loss limits, very important. And like Ethan just did, he hit DLL, $550, and then he moved on to another account and traded that. So that's the power of using the prop firms when you can trade multiple accounts. You don't have to copy trade all your accounts. You can just trade 1, 2, like MyFundedFutures. If you have 5 accounts, you just trade 1 at a time, or maybe just group trade 2 of them, 3 of them, and then just leave 1 to push the button if you choose. All right, looks like we're gonna run that data low here on. Actually, we already did. So NQ is pushing down. Man, I am looking for a reversal. This is a good thing though. I'm not trying to like buy the bounces, even though I do have this bias that we're going to run this. Now, it's a pretty high probability that we run it today, but it doesn't have to be run today, right? I don't know exactly what the probability is. I would say, I'm not even going to say, but I know it's a high probability, probably in the 80s, that we could run the data wick. This news candle. When I say data wick, if you're a new trader, I mean the news candle. So that CPI candle, that we run that high, and especially when MNQ has already done it. So let's wait for a big. I would love to see maybe on a 5-minute chart, like a inside bar followed by an outside bar on a 5-minute chart, maybe. And then, or maybe a big engulfing 2-minute outside bar to take back up to the upside. But let's just see what happens here. In the meantime, I'll talk a little something that I'm thinking about making a video on this. So as a trader, as a day trader, right? I'm constantly trying to evolve and just, experience on the screens, looking for certain things. And one of the things that I have noticed, especially on the 5-minute NQ chart, if you this is something, if you enjoy my strategies inside and outside bars, I'll give you guys a little sneak peek on something that I'm thinking about making some content on. So what I observed is, I like to take my inside bar shorts and longs when they take the break, but the outside bar is a very powerful bar, right? Because it usually traps the buyers or sellers, and then it just rips the opposite way and puts in this pink outside bar candle, right? So from experience of getting trapped on an inside bar, it's a very high probability trade when I will get trapped, and then it puts in the outside bar, and then I end up taking I end up flipping the switch. So I've noticed a few times a day that you'll put in a setup just like this. So where you put it in an inside bar, it breaks to the upside or the downside, but it breaks one side. So in this case, on this inside bar, you would have went short, right? Because it broke to the downside, and it immediately reverses, traps all the sellers, people trying to sell short, and then puts in this outside bar right here. And then you can see it just rip off it, right? So it trapped all, it gathered, ICT traders, it gathered all that liquidity down below, which is usually me, puts in this outside bar, and then what you would do is you would just take the long off the outside bar. You wouldn't even take the inside bar. Stop goes below, and then you could just look for a 1R or more, or whatever you're targeting. In this case, if I saw something like this, I'd probably be targeting the high of day, looking to take out the data candle wick. So that's just a little something. And if you go back and you check out the charts over the weekend and you just look for this setup right here, you'll see it happening over and over and over again. Now, it doesn't happen very frequently, but when it does, like I think I counted like 2 or 3 times yesterday, it was like 100%. So the only time it doesn't work, obviously, is when you start getting in a super choppy market, especially in, like, say, the lunchtime afternoon where the market just starts to go sideways. When you start to go completely start barcoding. That's for me, like none of my setups work that way because I am a momentum style trader. So I like to take those breaks and look for that. But anyways, so just a little something to keep you out of bad trades, I guess. Now, you can always take the inside bars. They do work. But you can see the first inside bar actually printing right here. This is one of those bars that has worked many times. The first inside bar, I have a video on it. It's called the ORP killer. And what I've noticed is that the problem with some of these, the first inside bars, is that they're just before that data release. So we just had the news at the top of the hour, and that candle puts in that inside bar, right? Because it's consolidation just before the data release. And then you can look for the break, but it's a tricky trade to try to do because of the news. So that's happened a few times this week where they've been winners. Anyways, I don't know. I was just on a rant. I was on one of those pine tree rants there. What's going on, everyone in the chat? I get in the zone and it's like I get that verbal diarrhea going, and I just going. What's up? Hey, Michael, what's going on? How's everyone's Friday doing? How's everyone's Friday going, I should say? All right. Anyone else think we're going to run this high? 386? Or on NQ, I should say, yeah, 386. 372 for the high on MNQ. That's a big outside bar right here. All right, I might hop in long here. This might go on 1 micro too. This is going to be a big bar. 1 micro. Let's see if we can run it to the high. I'm going to wait to see how this candle closes, and then I'm going to look for a break. This is a big outside bar, 5 minute. Guys, smash that like button if you haven't smashed it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. On our way to 70,000 subs. So, chat's lazy. Yeah, for sure. Did I see the news that Claude won't release the model because it's too dangerous? That's crazy. That's a little scary, right? Yeah, I know in my line of work right now with doing the influencer stuff and being able to post and make images and content, it is so easy now. Now, the only excuse about not making content, whether it's posts or images, is just being lazy, right? Because it's so simple. When I first started, AI was, starting to come into its own. All right, I'm long here. This is gonna be I'm looking for the high. MNQ. This is a very wide stop. I'm long. This is the MyFundedFutures rapid funded account. Just took the daily payout on it. Let's see if we can make a little more. And I am risking. I don't want to risk too much. 126. If we start to get the push or maybe pull back to this 300 level, I might even add into it. So I'll scale in with another micro, and then I'll still leave the stop where it is. And then I'm going to target the high. So yeah, I mean, I use AI to make images so anyways, what I was saying is I used to use that Canva. There's a program called Canva, and you used to have to make your thumbnails and everything like that on Canva, and it took hours to do. Now you can literally do a thumbnail in about 3 minutes. It's nuts. And also using it, speaking of a Claude, so Claude is how I use Claude to do a lot of to code PineScript. That's not how I got my name, by the way. to code PineScript to do back testing with TradingView. So I'll just do codes for that, and then that way I can do back testing on TradingView, and I use Claude to do it. Claude actually works really good for code. Better than, so like even if I write it with Gemini or ChatGPT or something like that, I'll rerun it in Claude and it cleans it up. So that's for trading. Yeah. So it's nice because like I don't know anything about code or anything like that, and the nice thing is that I can just punch it in, give it an idea, and then just run it through TradingView, and then it makes doing some back testing super simple. Because if you guys follow me on my channel and stuff, you guys know that I like these really simple entries when it's like bar closures at certain times of the day, because I have back tested data on them. And so like I'll back test something like, oh, the first bar of New York session on RTY, the first 3-minute bar or something. If I take a break here and look for say 20 points and have a stop at 40 points, or have a negative R&R trade, but it works 88% of the time or something like that, and I'll back test data like that. And I love taking that types of trades. So we are in a long here, 25,030. Stops at 267, looking for 272, looking for the high. Now, this is a trade that you don't want to oversize, because I'm telling you, it could come back into the 300s. That's 30-point draw. And or it could get stopped out, but it could definitely take some heat, because I'm trying to get the momentum. The better entry might be down here to that 25,300, and then you could get in a little bit heavier. But looking for the high. So I think important when you get into a trade is that you have an idea of, you have that idea, and then you just do it. You put it in the bracket, you put it in the stop, you accept it, and then you just pull the trigger. That's what you have to do. That's what most trading is. It's about waiting for a good setup, and then just pulling the trigger and using proper risk management, and just doing and rinse and repeat, doing that over and over and over and over again. That's it. Mr. Zink in the house. What's up, Mr. Zink? My fellow Mainer. He's on after me, guys. I like watching Mr. Zink. We trade very similar. Like the funny thing is we're practically neighbors, even though we've never met. And what his style of trading is the very first thing I learned when I started trading futures: initial balances, market profile, all that good stuff. So pretty awesome. All right, here, 25,030, pushing up. I'm looking for a bigger move here. This is not a scalp. This is with a bigger move. I'm looking for that high to get run. We'll see. This might be the midpoint where it just wants to absolutely go lower. I don't know. We got some Google Form winners: Queen of Trades, Alpha, Trader FX, Mr. Prince, MMNQ. Are you present? Congratulations. Guys, MyFundedFutures doing giveaways all the time. I also do giveaways on my own stream. If you guys want to check me out, I've given away 16 accounts this week. 16 accounts. So, and I stream at Globex Open, so 5:45 or 6 p.m. Eastern time. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I don't do those every day, but this week we just happen to do 16 giveaways for some accounts. So give me a sub. I just passed 7,000 on my own channel. And make sure you're following MyFundedFutures on all the socials. Now, they just put out a short video clip of my segment, and it had one of those codes in it. So one of those hidden codes. So make sure you're, hitting those notifications, following MyFundedFutures on X, and give all the other traders too, all the other hosts on MyFundedFutures a follow as well. We got Mr. Zink, you got Terry, you got Tom, Husk, you got that guy Methodical Man. If you choose to follow him, I don't know about that guy. You got the Rocket Scooter Man. Give us all a follow. Appreciate that. We're trying to make this channel big. That guy, yeah, that guy, Methodical. I don't know. We don't know about that guy. Nah, Methodical and I are buddies. We chat. He slides into my DMs every once in a while. All right, this trade is taking some time. If the segment ends, I will leave this trade on. I will let you guys know in the chat how it goes. I feel good about it. We'll see. Could be dead wrong. Right now, it just does not want to go. It's just consolidating right here at 330s. Be like Pine and get those daily payouts. That's right. Guys love those daily payouts. The daily payouts make me feel so good. To be honest with you, like when I can put money in my pocket every single day trading, it's nice. It feels amazing. And to be able to just take them out and be able to trade this account, and not have to wait. And literally that money, I'm telling you, is in my bank account. It's not like it went through and it's like sitting there and pending to be paid. Like, it's approved and it went right, because I have the ACH, and it went right straight to my bank account. So, and I have a little tiny bank in Maine, a little credit union, and yeah, right in there. So make sure you're using code YouTube to help support this channel, help support the hosts on this channel. All right, nice little 10 points there, but I'm looking for more. It does not want to push. Maybe the consolidation is good before the squeeze, but I'm liking it. I mean, even if you're a trend line trader, I don't know. I got some good confidence in this. Oh, my buttons are not working. I was gonna draw the purple line here, the famous purple line, and say, like, you can just kind of visualize it right now. You just draw a line right down through here. It's a little trend line break as well on a 5, perhaps. So looking good. Just grinding up. As long as it does the grind up and to the right, I'm good. Did I take off my take profit by mistake? I think I did. Did I click off that? I do that all the time. I don't know what it is. My take profit's up there. I do that all the time where I'm like clicking around and I'm chatting with you guys and I'm streaming and I'm paying attention to make sure I'm still on air, and I end up clicking off stuff. I've been known to click into a position too while I'm streaming. The next thing you know, I'm like, how did I get in that position? All right, here we go. Is the rip. Come on. There's 20 points. Let's look for that high. Come on. We can do it. Take a look at NQ here. Yeah, this looks good. Smoke trades in the house. Any questions for me, guys? I got 4 minutes left before Mr. Zink comes on. What a nice trade here. so far. Just breathing and relaxing. Now, the nice thing is, okay, so this is a good point right here. I want to say that this is a rapid account, so that does have intraday trailing drawdown, but I'm over it. So I'm over the $1,100. The intraday trailing is done. So now it's end of day, right? In a sense, or actually it becomes static. You can see here that the $1,000 right there, minus the 100. And right now it's static, so it's just as it moves up, it's staying, you know, it's not gonna trail me anymore. So normally when I'm trading my intraday trailing accounts, to get over that buffer is I'm trading it pretty aggressively and I'm scalping. I wouldn't even have tried to trade like this. Probably I would have just scalped it, maybe multiple times, probably out of the 2-minute. So I do adjust my trading style depending on what I'm trying to trade. So trying to take like something like that where it already went up, you know, 20 points, 30 points, and then starts to come back down. You know, I don't tend to let those happen. I would have trailed my stop, things like that, to try to avoid getting caught in the intraday trailing drawdown. And being a 25K account, you know, you got to be a little bit careful. But I will say that this has been one of my best daily payout accounts recently, is this 25K. And I know Mr. Zink loves his 25K accounts. So getting over that buffer, not needing to make as much money as the 50K. And then, yeah, just kind of trading it fairly small to keep getting those daily payouts. So hopefully we can get another one today or after the market closes. So that'll be good. So any questions for me? I got 2 minutes left before I start my weekend. I'll leave this trade on, win or loss. I don't really care. The nice thing about not caring was when your stop loss is only up, when you're only risking $126. And when you're trading futures, $126 is nothing. So just breathing and relaxing. Don't care if I get stopped out. Perfectly fine. Yeah, I want to wish everyone a happy weekend, a nice weekend, a safe weekend. It's Friday. Try to keep a daily loss limit. You don't want to blow up all your accounts going in on a Friday. Going in on a weekend, I mean, on a Friday. That is key. I've done that way too many times, and I don't want to do it again. It's nice to just come in fresh on a Sunday night or Monday and still have your accounts, right? You know, even if you're red, just walk away if you're not seeing anything. That is a, you know, and then, you know, take the weekend and maybe take a break from the charts, spend some time with some family or loved ones that you have, hug the ones you love, because you never know that something could happen, you know. It might be the last time you see them. I don't want to sound morbid, but it's true. It's reality of life. So hug the ones you love. And I'll see you guys Sunday night on my own stream. And I'll see you guys back here Monday morning. And I'll leave this trade on. I'll let you guys know in the chat how it goes. All right, guys? Mr. Zink. See you guys later. Peace.
Good morning, everyone. How are we doing? Welcome to Friday. Not that it's a very large moving Friday, but still a Friday. Welcome in, guys. What's going on? W. Pine, indeed. That was a great segment from him. 2 back-to-back main traders. What's going on, everyone? Good morning. Good morning. Trump's dishonor post. Trump warns Iran. They're doing a dishonorable job of opening the gate. Yeah, that came last night. I had longs open last night for that move. A little disappointed that it didn't play out. Good morning, Smoke Trades. How you doing? Have a great weekend, Pine. Sajan, good morning. No Luck Pure Skill. What's going on? Balaz, Benji. Good morning. Probin, how you doing? So the IB is set for the downside today. I will not be taking it. One, because we're closed at about 75%. The main reason I'm not taking it today, you kind of just have a feel for it. I was joking about this with Ash shortly. Look at the size of the range we have. Yes, the IB is signaling downside. We had CPI this morning. You probably wouldn't know that just looking at the chart. Our IB, from the midpoint, we're looking at a 52-point trade. This is smaller than the range that we get for Globex. So the IB that we get for Globex is typically 120 points for like Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, it kind of slows down. Thursday slows down a little bit. Sunday night's Globex, usually about 200 to 300 points for the IB range. So you're looking at like 150-point trade from the midpoint. Today, you just get an icky feeling from. And I was sitting here for the past 45 minutes. There's the IB high taken, by the way. So we avoided a loss. Everything's good. I was sitting here for the past 45 minutes, quite literally squinting at the chart. This is a 15-minute time frame, if you didn't know. Absolutely disgusting. Mr. Zink, you're still trading the 25K accounts. Always. 25Ks are my favorite account. They always will be. They always have been. Maybe for the always have been comment, I didn't know they were my favorite until I started trading them. And they've been my favorite since. Perhaps this turns into a ripper now. Well, I don't really anticipate much for movement coming off of this, simply because we do have pending news over the weekend. So the ceasefire agreement that came out on, when did we have that massive move this week? Came out Tuesday night. We kind of killed that movement yesterday after hours. Yesterday we had a really good continuation. I'm going to review this during the segment today, so tune in for that. We kind of got our long movement killed at 6:15 last night. I was long, simple trend line. We have our resistance. We had trend coming up to resistance. Trump tweets at 7:15. Iran's doing a dishonorable job about opening the pass or opening the Strait of Hormuz. We have a 35-point candle down. IB signals low. I went short off of that, and then I flipped it to longs because we did validate higher lows. The news that we have pending this weekend is going to be a continuation of how Iran's doing with opening the strait. So if they don't do a good job and Trump comes out this weekend and tweets, hey, we're not really going to be having a deal together if you don't get your act together, I think that's the reason that we're not really moving right now. We had a kind of lackluster move last night from a pretty significant tweet from Trump. I think that was a very significant tweet. I thought that that was a huge move for volatility's sake, and we just don't move at all off of it. So especially coming into CPI this morning, again, you wouldn't even know we had CPI. You would just think that this was some kind of news tweet. We inversed the entire move. We took out both Newswick low and Newswick high, and now we're stuck within that same range. So pretty risky. How many micros do you typically risk per trade? 1 to 2. 1 to 2 micros. Micros made for traders like us. Micros are more than you need. They're more than you need. Let's scroll up, see any chats that I may have missed here. Don't want to force anything going into the weekend. Absolutely. I was joking about this yesterday. If anyone happened to tune into my stream, the Masters started yesterday. Any Masters fans in here? Go ahead and drop a 2 in chat. 1 or 2 in chat if you're a Masters fan. I don't know if there's any correlation between the Masters starting and the market moving. It looks like there might be. Not having any movement since we started the Masters yesterday at like 1 o'clock. When did it open, if anyone wants to answer that for me? Anyway, you don't want to go. Enjoy your weekend with the Masters. Enjoy your weekend with what you're doing. We may get a long trade, perhaps. I'm not really all that inclined to trade today. As you can see, my size set in the top left is only to 1 micro. 1 micro from, let's say you caught a long yesterday. After the IB high broke, you caught a long to previous day's high. You were trading inside bars. That was a 138 point move to those highs. 1 micro, that's $272 with no stress in the trade. So I will always trade micros. 25K accounts with micros is a great combination. Blowing the accounts, still very possible with micros, but you don't have to make as much to qualify for your payout. So everything is picture perfect with those 25K accounts in my eyes. The moves are no joke. Yeah, you could be a millionaire if you caught every move with a full port mini, but not really inclined to. We had 2 double breaks on the IB. So if anyone likes stats as much as I do in here, this week we had 2 double breaks with the IB. We had a double break on Tuesday. We almost had another double break on Monday. We had a double break yesterday. Double breaks only happen 16% of the time. So a little bit less than 1 out of 5. 1 out of every 6 trading days, you will have a double break with the IB. We had 2 of them this week. So 2 out of 5, very high stat for that. Highly unusual. Inside bars are the other thing that I love playing. And this is what I played yesterday afternoon. I took a loss on Gold's IB. So I'll show you guys the trade I had going while we're waiting for a little retracement. Maybe we can get a long today if we retrace down a little bit more. I had, going over to long shorts, I had longs off of the IB50 yesterday. I was targeting IB high on gold, stop loss IB low. Ended up taking a stop on that. Pretty unfortunate. It's like a 10-minute trade. Stop loss almost immediately hit. And then we reversed, went and took the high. Makes it even more upsetting. However, I ended the day green yesterday simply because I know how inside bars work. So when you have price open within previous day's range, you have an 87% chance that price goes to previous day's high or previous day's low. Even though we broke the IB low, I would have been anticipating a continuation lower. As soon as SPY broke the IB high, I flipped over to both gold and QQQ. I ended up going long on Qs off of 606.68. TP was at, actually just go over to MQ chart for this. This was the long position I had yesterday. So long off of IB high, TP was previous day's high. Stop loss was 100 points. So stop was at 25.22. Entry was at 122. That was the trade I had going into yesterday afternoon. Now I did secure it a little bit early. Still ended up being about a 110-point trade. Very nice with that. That's how inside bars work. So when you have price open within that previous day's range and you don't have a continuation to previous day's low, even though it was a double break in the IB, it still ended up being a very, very good day. Incredible day yesterday. Let's catch up on some of the chats here. Where are all the W's for here? May Cookie, for the IB setup, do you take the high or low of the 930 candle and the high or low of the 1015 or 1030 candles? It's the high and low between that first hourly open. Doesn't need to be any specific candle. The high for today was made right at open. The low was made at 10 o'clock. Sorry, this is an hour delayed. Maybe they'll fix this relatively soon, hopefully. So that was our range. We were anticipating a low of the IB getting taken first. Unfortunately, with the size of the IB, I don't really like playing it when it's this small because you're very susceptible to having a 40 to 50 point wick that goes and takes you out. You get stopped out, and then your IB trade's done for the day. We did have a win on SPY on Monday, I believe. Tuesday might have been a win. Let's see, I have it marked on Qs. There we go. So that was the one I ended up taking on Tuesday. That was a Probably the best trade of the week. Let me stretch that screen out a little bit more so it fills. There we go. Rory T's up around lunch and Bryson is at 120. Very nice. Yeah, Pine made a great point of this too. You do not want to go into your weekend on a sour note. So if you're watching how price is trading today and you're seeing that price it's not doing anything special. We have a very nasty consolidation after a pretty large continuation this week. Going out to the 24-hour. This is a huge move just in the past 3 weeks. Consolidation is needed. Funny enough, does anyone remember what date last year we had tariffs get canceled and we had the huge continuation up? Almost the same exact day. We had April 8th last year, April 9th. This year was April 8th. So we had the same kind of whiplash effect from Trump. If you want to correlate what the market should do, this is your closest point of what happened last time. A little bit of consolidation to the downside, then we had a crazy continuation for the summer. So probably expecting the same thing. We had a fake breakout to the downside of consolidation and then a crazy move to the upside. Crazy move to the upside. Go back over to the 15-minute here. Are we getting a news tweet perhaps? That was a pretty large move to the downside. SPY did the same thing. This is, in my eyes, a port blowing day. 100%. It is a decent long opportunity from the midpoint of the IB and go target the high again. 25,372. But wall dive in particular, I had this conversation with you earlier this week if you're in the stream. When the IB is taken, you have an IB by retracement stat that says you have X odds of continuing to the 25%, 50%, 75%. The only stat that reads is that you have an 16 to 18% chance that you have a double break the IB. This is not stating that we are going to have a continuation back to the IB high. It's just stating that, okay, the 25% mark, the IB hits 60% of the time, 50% hits 40%, so on and so forth, all the way down to a double break, which only hits 18% of the time. So it's very unlikely that it continues down. So you could take an entry long. It also does not state that you will go and take that high out again. It's the only downside to the IB like that. What's going on, Abhishek? Hopefully you're having a great day. Magnus, you as well. Trevor, good to see you. Hopefully everyone's having a great day. Taxes this coming Tuesday. Wednesday, actually. Wednesday's tax day. Do you skip IB trades for PA like today? Absolutely, yes. I didn't take anything today. I took a long last night. 3 trades last night. So I took a long because of this trend line resistance. We also had consolidation at that previous day's high. So we'll review this pretty quick. I'll go into replay mode for this even. My first anticipation of longs last night was on that right at that 6 o'clock open for Globex. Holy smokes, look at all those forms that just got dropped in chat. Is that 10 of them? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 forms. 14 forms. Couldn't count. Some of them were double pasted there. No. I counted wrong. Yeah, 15 of them. Holy smokes. 14. Anyway, dang it, Magnus, you made me lose my train of thought. For those longs I was taking last night, I was anticipating that we were just going to have, if anyone in here is a pattern trader or used to be, This is an ascending wedge. So you have higher lows into equal highs. I was just anticipating a continuation higher over resistance, 25,253. Very next candle comes, Trump comes out and tweets, Iran's doing a bad job of opening the strip. I took shorts to the IB low, so that was my second trade. I took a $41 loss on the first trade, 1 micro for 20 points. Took a $70 win, 2 micros to the IB low, 204. My entry was at 221. And then I took longs at, there you go, a 915 last night, targeting higher. Ended up getting a 58-point trade on that. Got out just before I went to bed at 296. Also, psych levels. Psych levels are very important. I use those psych levels for points of exit or entry. Every 100 points on NQ is a psych level. Every 1,000 points is a huge psych level. If you go back to this week with how we reacted off of 24,000, even 23,000, 24,000, there we go. On Tuesday, took the IB low. We didn't go any lower because of a psych level support. Huge support at 24,000. Perfect doji candle support showed that it was holding. 150-point bounce initially, and then we ended up going up 300 points off of that one level. Came back down a little bit, and then we obviously had that news. Very next psych level, 25,000. This one kind of got slashed through a little bit with the news, but you can see that price slowed down right there. So it was a 1,000-point continuation from 24 to 25, which usually doesn't happen. And then you can see all the consolidation we're having at 25 right now. This is why price is struggling. Also, just stated this. That was a 1,000-point move from Tuesday to Wednesday's open. Actually, 1,300-1,300-point move. You cannot anticipate price to continue much more after a 1,300-point move like that. This is why we're cooling off. This is why price is yet to move in a constant direction for the rest of this week. Go ahead and exit this replay mode. Leave. If you're looking at this today and you're saying, I could probably go and pass an account with this, I can probably push an account for a little bit more, I can get X amount of profit. Today is not the day to put your foot on the gas. Today is not the day for it. So be very careful with your sizing. Be very careful about the trades that you're anticipating to take afterwards. Better off to just go and enjoy your weekend. You want to go in on a high note. A little bit of a continuation off of what Pine was speaking of. 25K accounts are a great fundamental starting point. They're your cheapest cost to entry. So for MyFunded, you can go and get that account for $85, $83 to $85, depending on the sale. If you're a first time, you can get it all the way down to 50% off, I believe. 45 or 50 just for your first. But you only, to get to a payout on those accounts, you have to pass the account with 1,500, and then you only have to make 1,600, sorry. So $3,000 profit to get a max payout with those 25Ks. Oh, sorry, there's no max payout, minimum payout, $500. That $3,000 would not even pass. Depending on your consistency, you have to make a little tiny bit more. That 3,000 just gets you to pass a 50K. So you're in the evaluation phase versus with a 25K account, to when you make 3,000, that gets you to a payout. That's why I like them so much. There you go. Thank you, Abhishek. 25K rapid plan, $87. Profit split of 90-10, no consistency. It does have the intraday trailing drawdown, which kind of stinks. But once you get over that, it's essentially trading a live account. It's actually better than trading a live account because there's no drawdown in terms of slippage. There's no live account lack of fills. In a sim account, if it goes and hits a level, you're going to get filled at that level. Rapid is better. I like the Rapids. I'm a big fan of the Rapids. Flex accounts are the main reason I am not that big of a fan of them is because you can only take 50% of what you make for the first payout, and then the buffer's built, which is pretty good. But 25K Rapids, it's 90-10. So if you make $1,000, you take 900 out. That's just my opinion on them. That's my preference. I like the 25K Rapids a little bit more than the Flexes. Also, sorry I missed you guys last week. Good Friday. Unfortunately, took me away from the segment. Would we look to go down due to deleverage for the volatility on the weekend? That's a good point. We could have a drop or like a tail into the afternoon depending on the volatility. We're getting a pretty nice pop off of that IB50, but as I just stated, it doesn't mean it's going to go back up to that high. That's a very good point, Waldev. We could have a continuation down just before close today because people may anticipate that we get bad news over the weekend. We have done that for the past couple of Fridays. Last Friday, we did have, the market was only open for 15 minutes. So actually it wasn't even open 15 minutes. It closed at 9:15. Pine tree taking payouts like it's the leaves of the pine tree. Swap out leaves with needles and you got a great saying right there. Buying and blowing is not for us. It's for a big influencers game. Be a tree. What the heck is that? Pine tree is winning daily. He is with inside bars. I bet he feasted yesterday. That was an incredible day yesterday. It was a beautiful inside bar. All you have to know about inside bars with daily time frames, so New York to New York, is price has an 87% chance to go to that high or the low. Doesn't really matter where you open. Typically, the IB signals to you which direction you're going to break to. Yesterday, we should have honestly continued down, but obviously it had a double break. Those are your significant levels to draw to anytime you have an inside bar. So if you see like yesterday, 11:30, we're like $2 away from that inside bar high. It's probably not going to go in reverse all the way to the downside. To add on to this, and this is a phenomenal bias tool. Make sure you guys note this. When we do break out of an inside bar, whether it's on the 15-minute time frame, daily time frame, hour, 4 hour, whatever it is, as soon as you take one of those levels out, the opposing level, so previous day's low, only has a 10% chance to hit. Meaning, once this level is taken to the high, you're not expecting a continuation to the downside. Only 1 out of 10 times will it continue all the way back down to previous day's low. The same thing for hourly time frames, same thing for 4-hour time frames. As soon as it breaks that inside bar high, you either know that, okay, this is a bullish bias for the remainder of the day, or price is probably going to stall out here for a little bit. In yesterday's case, we had a crazy continuation because Q still had that inside bar to go and take out. So if I get rid of some of these levels there, I'll just mark out previous day's range. It's New York to New York, by the way. So New York open to New York close, that gives you your previous day's range. Again, I'm actually going to go into replay mode for this, start new. So that was our open from yesterday. We have an 87% chance that price goes to both of these levels. As you can see, we failed to go and take the low. We swap over to SPY. SPY at 11:30 took the high, so we'll fast forward to 11:30 on Qs right there. Very likely that Qs also goes and takes that high because SPY only has a 10% chance to go and take the low. Probably not going to reverse down. Q's probably isn't going to go in reverse and take the low. So we can anticipate a high break, which is exactly what happened if we fast forward. That is how you develop a fundamental bias for price continuing on days like yesterday. And better yet, we have two perfect examples of what happens with previous days high. You either break it and continue a little bit higher, or you break it and have pretty much no movement after that. And you can see we really struggled getting through that previous day's high all the way until close. And then even the overnight session really struggled. And then once we finally broke it, you can see that we had a pretty nice old pop over only about 40 points, and then it cooled off. So that's how you should be playing inside bars, is knowing that once one of those levels breaks, you have a very, very slim chance that price goes and takes the opposing level. Quick little masterclass on inside bars. Benji, Mr. Zink, how many trades do you take per day? An average, you would say? Probably 2 to 4. 2 to 4 trades. Sometimes less. Sometimes I take no trades. Some days I'll take 4 trades. Like yesterday I had, if you're including the overnight session, yesterday I had 6 trades. So I had 3 during New York, actually 7. I had 3 during New York, 7 during Globex. And then today I've had no trades. I haven't taken anything. I didn't touch CPI. I haven't touched the IB for today. I didn't trade pre-market. I'm sound asleep. I'm dreaming during 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. No trades this afternoon. If you guys remember from 2 Fridays ago, I know, so long ago, Fridays are statistically the worst day for retail traders on prop firms. So if we know that prop firms are very successful on a Friday, that means that retail traders or people like us are not very successful on Fridays. So what does that mean we should do on a Friday? Probably not go that aggressive. So take a chill pill, relax. We can still note that the strategy works. We can know that, okay, we're going to be anticipating a high break or a low break based on the IB for today. Punish me all you want for not taking a trade. I'm perfectly fine going into the weekend on a small green note. Perfectly A-okay with it. Very happy. Let's catch up on some more here. All that in different accounts. What do you mean smoke trades? Not sure what you mean by that. Gonna pop out that chat again. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Good entry trades immediately come in profit. Yeah, everyone wants their trade to go in profit right away. Every single person. Also, if you guys were around during 2021, I didn't really trade CPI that much during 2021, but I do remember pretty well. CPI used to only read like 2.1 to 2.5%. So the reason that CPI isn't really moving as much as it used to is because it's not all the way up at that 5 to 7 level that it used to be. If you guys have traded for the past 2 years, very important to note that that CPI strangle trade that a lot of people take, where you put your stop loss or stop, sell, what is it? Sell, stop, buy, stop, 20 points above and below right before CPI. You get filled for long. CPI usually continues long or it continues short. This isn't going to work out the same that it did for the past 2 years. We're in a different market cycle. So we have quantitative easing right now, not tightening. And CPI is also all the way down to, Divergence Detective just put it in chat, CPI is down to 2.5%. This measure used to be at 7%. when the market was reading CPI at 7%, 6% even, 5% even, if CPI came in above or below, the market read that as huge volatility. We'd have a 2% move up or down. Now that CPI is pretty much baselined, it can't really go much lower than it is right now unless they remove certain metrics from CPI. That's the only way it's going to go below 2%. And 2% has been what Powell's target was since 2022. That's why we're at his target, just about at his target. That's why CPI is only moving 40 to 60 points. Last CPI print only moved 70 points. This CPI, you wouldn't even have noticed that it happened this morning. The same thing is to be said with NFP. The same things to be said with PPI. Everything in terms of what we're looking at for inflation has pretty much baselined. That's why these data reports are not doing what they used to. It's very important that you update that to your strategy. There's no reason for you to continue trading the same way that you were back in 2022, 2023. Note that the market is trading at a completely different cycle, completely different sentiment, completely different set of volatility. You need to update what you're doing. And what are we taking a look at for here? You see NDX for operates, and NDX I don't trade options on, so I don't worry too much about it. Unlike other professions, traders struggle the most. Yeah, I've had a pretty rough, believe it or not, I haven't had a significant payout since the beginning of the third week of March. So I'm going on 3 weeks with no payouts from prop firms just because the IB one hasn't really been doing that well. I haven't been reading the market all that well. I did take 93,000 in payouts for the first 3 months, quarter one. Now I'm on a pretty nasty dry spell. But it's all par for the course. I mentioned this last stream. I'm not sure how many people may remember this, but it's kind of, I think it's the law of polarity. Someone commented that. How many people in here have had life going really, really good for you, and then you're just anticipating something to go wrong? So everything's been going perfect. You won the lottery. You have a healthy home, relationship, life, whatever you want to call it. Nothing could go wrong. You're in a great mood every day. And then all of a sudden you have a day where you get a flat tire before work. You spill your coffee on your lap. Your pants rip. Everything that could go wrong that day goes wrong. Maybe a bad example, but trading is not, it's not this right here. Trading, you go up. I'll actually draw it on the screen. This is what a growth curve looks like, ideally. Everyone wants it to look like this. I'm a millionaire. That is the ultimate dream for trading. This was 2020 GameStop. Everything was going good. You just buy GameStop, you go to sleep. There's no down days, $3 up to 400. That's a pipeline dream. This is what trading looks like. That is what the ultimate growth curve of trading is. If you notice, these do line up if you draw the point of the line of best fit or the average. So you do have a really nice looking growth curve still. And this is all coming from hindsight as well. This was my first 3 months. 0 to 93K in payouts in 3 months. I've just been spending money on prop firms now. I haven't gotten a payout for 3 weeks. How do you handle this downturn? Do you go and blow everything and say, I can't trade anymore, I hate trading, I never want to do it? It's the same thing for any other aspect in life. you need to be able to handle those points of drawdown, points of depression in real life, being upset in real life. These are all things that you need to be able to handle. And in trading, it comes a lot more than any other profession. So great point there from Abhishek. Traders lose a lot more than there's not much stability in trading, which is why Ash always covers that you need to have other points of income, because when you do go through these downturns, they could take 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. The longest that I've ever been in drawdown for, and I'm only 26. I'm sure it's going to get much worse than this. This is for my long-term portfolio, by the way. This isn't for future trading. This 3 weeks is the longest that I've been without a payout for over a year now. When you go into drawdown, how do you recover out of that drawdown? Are you able to handle the drawdown and note that it's going to turn around? Eventually, your trading model is going to pick back up, or do you need to make changes to adjust your trading model? So, huge takeaway there. It's been very difficult trading the Iran conflict, because you don't know when, especially for the past couple of weeks, you don't know when Trump's going to tweet something that drops the market by 200 points or pushes the market up by 400 points. Tuesday, great example. Ceasefire, the market goes up 1,000 points. Nothing you can do about that. We went from his tweet. We have agreed on a 2-week ceasefire. We went from 24,300 up to 25,300 in less than 24 hours. One conservative, one full port. Make 2 strategies to pass accounts. I'm without internet. Have a good Friday. You too, trader. Trader 7NQ. This is horrid price action today. Now, that's for me. So there are some people out there that are going to be having a phenomenal day. They like micro scalping. They're seeing this as a perfect day for their trading model. For me, this is terrible. This is consolidation. We've had the largest candle, including CPI this morning, be 86 cents. We haven't had a larger candle than that on the day. Largest 5-minute candle, 81 cents. Terrible. Horrendous. Small. Blow up day. Portfolio blow up day. Anyone know if oil would dump? I'm not reading the rest of that. Barcode chart. Yeah, if you guys, I heard if you scan this chart right now, you actually get rung up for $6.99 for a chicken dinner at Walmart. A rotisserie chicken at Walmart. That's what this barcode gives me. You know, if you whip your phone out and scan it, that's what you're going to get. I feel like I have the exact opposite happening, not in a great spot right now. It'll recover from that, Lurk, sorry. For me right now, it seems for trading's going decent. I'm still winning. I just haven't been able to string those wins together. So I'm getting to the point where I've had profitable days. I'm making a decent amount on each day. I just haven't been able to string those together, especially for this week. Like I didn't trade the IB on NQ yesterday. I didn't trade the IB on NQ today. I didn't trade the IB on NQ on Wednesday. I took 1 trade on Tuesday and I took 1 trade on Monday for a win. That was it. That has been my week. I've taken 2 trades on NQ for the IB. All my other trades this week have been off of the Globex IB. They've been off gold. They've been off the continuation that we had on Tuesday overnight. I haven't had a lot of decent opportunity in the market this week, I feel. Same to be said for the week before that. Same to be said for the week before that. It's been a little bit of a struggle. Trading's not going well. Everything else in life is going great. Hobbies are going great. Other points of income are going great. But the important thing is we don't give up on trading when we go through spells like this. And we're always working on the chart to make sure that we have the best model that there could be. If you go and speak with some of the best traders out there, Lance Bergenstein, Peter Wall Street Einstein, David Green, they all have had year-long drawdown periods. So imagine that. Imagine not being able, you know that you're a profitable trader. Imagine not being able to flip a profit for years. And they've had periods like that, each one of them. So this isn't really all that bad. Again, I'm not unprofitable at the moment. I just haven't been able to string the wins together. So I go up, I don't know, $700, and then I'll go down 200, and then I'll go up 400, and then I'll go down 300. And that's been the case for the past couple of weeks. But the important note is that once we get out of the way the market's been trading, I'll get right back onto that period, like January, February, March, the second week to March. So it wasn't really 3 full months. It was, and February is short too. 4 weeks, 10 weeks, $93,000 in payouts in 10 weeks. And everything was great. I felt on top of the world for trading. Nothing could have been going better. And then this is the law of polarity that's getting answered right now. Everything has an equal and opposite reaction. Go ahead and exit this replay. We're slowly trending back up towards that IB high. We are finding a good amount of resistance. You can see that we are still making higher lows. The trend is up, but it's just not a very strong trend. Especially with trading micros, I like to see larger moves than this. If I had gotten a micro just right at that 50% midpoint, I'd only be up $80 right now. So it's not like I'm missing too much. Yes, survive in trading. That's why I trade micros as well. If I was trading minis this week, I would have been absolutely obliterated because of the way that the market's been up, down. The only directional move we really had was on Tuesday. The market has been today, for example, up 40 points, immediately back down 40 points, down 40 points, immediately back up 40 points, up 20 points, right back down 20 points. So if you're trading minis and you're not capitalizing on the move perfectly, obviously this is all coming from hindsight, but if you're not capitalizing on the move perfectly, this is just going to continue to blow accounts. You're going to churn them for the entire day. Spoke too soon on the IB, I suppose, because we did just go and take the IB high again. So IB by retracement, perfect entry at 50%. Obviously, again, coming from hindsight, you could have caught maybe 50 points on this. So $100 trade on one micro. SPY, a lot weaker today than Qs. Not sure why. Bitcoin's having a terrific move. Sorry about the keyboard. I know it's pretty loud. And the winner is drink water in a copper cup. I drink it in a glass mason jar. This mason jar is probably 3 years old, if not older. Getting a pretty good continuation, so maybe I don't see any other points of resistance to the upside. We haven't made a higher high this week, So we'd have to go way out to the last external high that we made was February 25th, and that's at 25,495. So we could push up another 120 points before the close today. That's the only other external high that I see. Just about 25.5 also lines up with the psych level. Those are the last time we were there was 3 weeks ago, though. That's how long ago that resistance was. So we could definitely push for 25.5 today. Another 125 points to the upside. With the way the market's trading right now, it's probably going to take hours, if not all the way until 4. Wyatt missed the giveaway again. We already know, Zinc, you don't use copper. Yeah, copper's my enemy. Zinc tablets all the way. That's unfortunate if he misses it twice. 25,386 is the data wick high in NQ. I don't think so. 25,365 is what I see. Let's go into NQ, see if that's any different. Never mind, I stand corrected. NQ has that data wick high, 25,386. I apologize. I wonder why MNQ is so far off. We'll view NQ then. Not going to trade this, but for the chart's sake, this level, that's our next point of resistance. And then over that, anything over that, we have a continuation up to 25.5. Poor guy. Reroll one time. No way he missed it twice. Harry Potter is here, present. Congratulations. He is here. Very nice. You got 12 minutes left on the segment, and then you guys are followed with Methodical Man and Husk, who will be trading against each other today. Good luck to them. That's weird. Q's doesn't even have that wick high up there either. It's just NQ. So it might have been slippage too. QQQ has a much lower, this is funny. Q's has a lower wick than what MNQ does. MNQ has a lower wick than what NQ does. NQ obviously has the highest one. It's a good laugh. How many people we got in here right now? Let's see what we can get that like button up to. All right, if you guys can get that like to 200, maybe they'll give away another set. You guys are 11 likes away. $200 for another 2 accounts. What do you think? As soon as it takes that high, it might reverse and take previous day's low. No, we only have, since we already took, it was an outside day, outside day. We're not going to go all the way down to previous day's low. It's at 603. Even if we go to overnight low or previous day's high, it's at 610. We already broke the IB high, so we only have a 10% chance of hitting both the outside day high and IB low. That's if I go to, we'll go up to M and Q again. The double break stat, and then also going to outside day high, it's only a 10% chance to go to those levels. 1 out of 10. What's going on, Plong? How you doing? Oh, I didn't refresh page. You guys are at 225. Do you trade micros to pass an eval as well? Yes. Yes. I have not traded a mini. I will trade some size with micros. So if I do happen to like average into a trade on an eval to a significant portion, it will still be like 10 minis. Not 10 minis, sorry, 10 micros. That's the only way that I will achieve getting into a single mini for a position. Other than that, the max that I will go to is probably like 8 micros on an eval. Trading 25Ks, there's no reason to go above 8 micros. Any chance you can go over how a 25K account to get over buffer based on your strategy, please? Absolutely. Absolutely. So to start, we're trading the IB. Today's a rather poor example of this. Also, we're just about at that data wick high. It looks like we're 3 points off for NQ anyway. For trading the IB for today, this range from the IB mid, it would have been a loss today. So we'll work with that. You have $1,000 in drawdown on a 25K eval. Most people, and I don't know what your win rate on your strategy is, but most people have about a 60% win rate over the long run. The best traders in the world, 63% to 66% is their win rate. Win rate doesn't really matter all that much. That's over the long run as well. Keep that in mind. The only thing you should be focused on is your profit factor. That's the only metric you should look at. So Trader Ike, he has probably a 90% win rate, but his risk reward is 0.1 or 0.2, meaning that he will make 200 for 10 days in a row. And then when he eventually does lose a trade, he'll lose 2,000, 1,000 to 2,000. His profit factor is still profitable, but he has a completely different metric with his RR and win rate as opposed to me. For those 25K accounts, I like to risk about 120 to 140 per trade. If I'm up on the day, I like to risk 160 on the concurrent trades. So if I take a profitable trade, I stop the day after 2 losses as well. With a 60% win rate, risking 100 to 120 per trade, you have a 7% chance that you hit 8 trades that lose in a row, or 10 trades that lose in a row, which would blow the account. So it's very important that you note that constant risk is what you should be aiming for. You shouldn't try to oversize or over leverage. Size the same, $1,000 account, you cannot really go over 1 to 2 micros. You can get 2 micros on MES. MES's range today was only 20 points on the IB. Every dollar move on SPY is about 10 points on ES. So this is a 20-point range on the IB, meaning that 1 MES would have made you or lost you $50. 2 MES, that's $100 risk. Risk as little as you can. With these 25K accounts, if you have a really good day, that passes most of the account for you. They do have 50% consistency for the evals. Handling trailing intraday drawdown, you shouldn't be too worried about it. I don't really let my trades run much. I just do 1-to-1 risk reward, so I either make or lose 1R. Trailing intraday drawdown is only bad for people that are going in with excess size, or they're going in with like a 4R trade and then letting that 4R trade go back to break even. That's how trailing intraday drawdown gets you. So if I go into a trade right here, let's say I go long off of IB50 and I set my TP all the way up at a 2.5R trade. Now let's say price on that trade Goes all the way up, barely misses my TP, and then comes back down, stops me at a break even. If I had just set my trade at 1-to-1 or even 2-to-1, that's a massively profitable trade. 1-to-1's great. Anything over that is when trailing intraday drawdown starts hitting you. You need to be able to manage your trade. Gosh, terrible voice cracks today. Hydrate. You need to be able to manage your trade. If you have trailing intraday drawdown, you can't let them run. That's the downside to it. But if you're trading 1-to-1 like I do, it doesn't really impact me. Trailing intraday drawdown still sucks, but it's not terrible. Finally, CPI high taken. I was in it for like 2 hours. I'm impressed with my own patience. Very good. Love to see Bitcoin. Don't talk about Bitcoin, Magnus. If you talk about Bitcoin, Bitcoin goes back down to 66,000 every time. I mean, perfect example of that. With small recos passing, how many days does it take you to pass? I don't really worry about days to pass. For me, trading is going to be different for me than it is going to be for you. If you don't have the money to spend on accounts, you can't go aggressive with evals. If you have money to spend on accounts, you can go a little bit more aggressive with evals. Your whole point of the eval is to practice your trading strategy. So you should be trading on the eval the same way that you would trade on the funded. If you're worried about the monthly rebill, maybe take a little bit longer paper trade or trade on accounts that don't cost you money to trade on, and then really work on your strategy. That's what I would say. Small-ish continuation. We got a pretty nasty rejection at that CPI Newsweek high. I am all done for the day. Last time I tried pushing a day, I ended up turning a like $280 profit day into negative 200. So not going to try and take a continuation in the afternoon. I trade the good old IB. Good old IB. To close off the stream, make sure you guys, if you're picking up accounts, code YouTube. I'll give you another 30% off or whatever the best deal is on the Pro accounts, Rapid accounts, and the Flex accounts. For the next segment, as I mentioned, you guys have Husk and Methodical Man coming up. They're going to be trading against each other, a little trading competition. Pretty rough day for them to start that, but they'll have some fun, I'm sure. For this weekend, everyone go and enjoy the Masters, enjoy your hobbies. Trading is meant to give you freedom. So it's not meant for you to sit here for the remaining 4 hours of today, 4.5 hours of today, and watch the charts and try to get a trade out. Trading gives you freedom to go and do what you want. That's why we trade. That's why everyone I know trades. I am trading so I can get off the charts at 12 o'clock, not worry about trading for the rest of the day, go work on yard work. I go coach a high school baseball team. All my other hobbies, I'm only able to do because we have freedom in trading. That's the whole point we do it. Thank you guys for having me on, as always. Next up, we got Methodical Man and Husk. I will see you guys next Friday. Have a great one. Peace out.
Good morning. I was waiting on you to say something.
Oh, I'm sorry. You usually go first, man. I was just trying to be polite. It's Friday, man. Don't want to be too rude to you starting out the segment here.
Yeah, I was just waiting on you to say something. Like, come on, guys.
Oh, I thought maybe because you had a rough morning or something over there. I swear every time I turn around, Methodical was long, short, long, short. He didn't really know what to do, it felt like this morning.
No, my bias was correct. I just didn't manage it very well. You know, oversized, that sort of thing. I mean, I was down $500 on an eval. We're not concerned with that. So the Husk guarantee finally hit this morning.
Which guarantee was that?
25. 25,386 was the Husk guarantee, or he would have to sit in my lap on the stream. So.
Yeah, I had that marked out a while ago. I was trying to get up to that 85 for 30 points, and unfortunately, I got stopped out.
So NASDAQ took the data high, ES did not. So I'm still overall bullish. However, we do have a bit of a wick down here from a little Trump news earlier, 306. I'm thinking we might come back down there and run that, but we're kind of in a sketchy spot, to be honest. Very, very difficult to determine what we're going to do after the daily objective has been met, right? It wasn't a clean move into the objective, but I mean, it's already been hit. So guys, we got 225 likes. Let's see if we can't push that up to 275, 300. Why can't we do it? Hit the like button. It's free. So ES is kind of approaching the 68.72 level there. Again, ES still has the data high up there at 68.90. So the question is, I mean, we're going to go back up there for sure at some point. When? I don't know. I couldn't say.
I know it kind of looks like a 5-minute little breakout here. I mean, usually I like taking these off of that pivot up there, but man, today's price action has scared me away so much from some of these entries that it's been making it so tough to enter, because nothing has been a clean 10 points. Everything has been, you know, go up 5 points, bounce back 10 points, go up 5 points, bounce back up 10 points. It's been that kind of trading day, guys.
Yeah, and as we're breaking structure on the 5 here, you got to remember ES is at a very, very key support here at 68.72, although it's knifing right through it.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting. I'm tempted here. I am tempted. I do feel like I'm late to the party, though.
I'm trying to hold off for a new 5-minute candle. So we're going to try to hold off and see if hopefully it doesn't like start knifing so bad that we miss it. Because I did try to short the previous day high this morning. So that's where I took my funded loss at this morning for $72 loss on the funded. So we're red on 2 of the fundeds for $72. But we've been practicing. If you take a loss, put it away for the day. Live with your $70 loss and come back Monday.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. It's the hardest, it's the easiest and the hardest thing to do, right?
Yep.
Accepting the loss and just walking away. So it's easy. It sounds simple enough, but it's something that's very difficult to do.
Also, guys, I found out yesterday, and I've heard it, but I didn't know it worked. But if you trade on NinjaTrader, and if you have a TradeAvate account, you can set yourself up with a risk management on TradeAvate, and it'll also trigger on your Ninja charts. So if you put your max loss, say of $200 negative on your TradeAvate risk management, it'll apply to your Ninja charts also if you're trading on that account. Because that's what happened to me yesterday on MyFundedFutures 50K. I was messing with it one day, and I set my max loss to 150. And I hit the 150 max loss. And like I said, I kept blaming it on the copy trader, but the whole time it was my fault. So for anybody that, you know, maybe struggle a little bit with the over trading, I told my sister I was going to do that to her this morning, Methodical Man. I forgot to set it up before she started trading. And so I didn't get it set up. I was going to put and not tell her how to change it.
Get her set up with a little limit there.
Yeah. But I couldn't get it in time, and she already, you know, went to town on it.
Yeah, what can you do? How'd everybody in the chat do today? It was a pretty, kind of a little bit of a tough morning. I mean, like it went to where I expected it to go. It just maybe, you know, had its own idea how it was going to get there. Kind of typical, right? It didn't really do exactly, I mean, it did exactly what we thought. It just didn't, like I said, you can know where the market's going and still losing money. Like I said, I lost $589 on an eval. Even though I knew where the market was going, I still lost money. So it's just a part of it. All right, so 5-minute did close below the 21 EMA there. I am going to jump in short here with a pretty tight stop on it here. I don't know how much range I'm going to give it. I want to see ES hold below 72. If ES hold,
I was say we could easily go back to the 290s here.
I'm going to add into this here. I'm going to take I'm going to try to take one down to 306.
Man, I feel like just getting 10 points today was tough. Like I got 10 points on a trade while ago. I took that long on the 50K flex MyFundedFutures, and I got stopped out and only made $40, but we did hit our target of the 86.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah, 86. I thought 86 would hit for sure.
Yeah, right below that 90 level. I'm waiting to see what happens with 25 here. So, I don't really like taking entries into our whole numbers, even though this is the second hit. But with the price action today, it's very hard for me to take that into 25.
Yeah. Well, I am watching ES here. If it gets back above 72, I'm probably just going to kill it. I'm not going to give it very much room. Feels a little bit chasey, to be honest, but
going long. Oh, good one. Oh, we're still what? Guys, help us out with the likes today. We need about 70 more likes to get to 300.
All right, ES holding below 72 so far.
See if we can push.
I really kind of want to go break even here, but I know I'll just get stopped if I do.
Yeah, it's another day of the feeling like we're trading the Asia market and the New York session, because that's what it feels like for anybody that trades the Asia market. You can never go to break even too fast in the Asia market, because it's always, going forward 5 or 6 points, then pulling back 10 points. It's just a back and forth kind of tug of war pull. So it makes it super tough to go to break even in this type of price action.
Max said he likes it.
Maxie's giving him the go ahead.
All right, stops going in here. We hit the first target. Want to see a little acceleration here if we can get it. There we go. That's what we want to see. Push on down here. I am going to lock in 10 points here. So locking in about 40 bucks.
Oh, you went in 3?
No, just 40 bucks overall. I went in 2.
Oh.
So let's see if we can get the acceleration down here. I like it. Looks pretty decent.
I'm still kind of waiting.
Runner will probably get hit here. But let's see if it can go. Just ES was at a very key level there, and I wasn't sure if it was going to break. That's what had me a little nervous about that entry. So, but it did finally break it. Obviously, our 06 target is just below the VWAP here, so we'll be very aware of that. We'll trail very hard at the VWAP. I want to see it's just spike through there. If it doesn't spike through, we'll just drop it and take our points. Locking in 20 here.
Nice.
Right, there we go. So there we go. Nice little trade to start the day. Up $53. We'll take it. 53 bucks. Easy peasy.
If I get my 53 bucks, we're putting it away.
I was a little skeptical on that one. I mean, we broke structure on the 5. We got below the 21 EMA. It's just ES was approaching a key level. If you look at 72 on the ES today, like right there, 68 to 72, that zone has been very tough zone to break today. Now it breaks it. There's the 06 kind of data wick. That's not really a true data wick. That's the reason why you see a question mark on it. It's just one of those candles that was it was kind of a new spike down. So I don't really classify it as a data wick, but you can treat it as a data wick. So we still got the previous day close in the gap fill down there at 242, guys. So that does put us green on the week. We're up $116 on the eval account, or the challenge account, if you will. I don't know what we started the week at. We'd have to go back and look, but I do think we're green on the week.
I think I looked at mine today. I got to go back and look at it again.
And again, we got a lot of low resistance liquidity to the downside, guys. This thing could really, it could run lower for a little bit here. There's quite a bit of, I mean, we could even go back all the way to the 202s, 190s even. And there's not a whole lot holding this thing up. If it gets some acceleration, especially if we lose like 265, this thing could really get legs and just start going. So Bear Trader's liking it. Let's go. Bear Trader, you didn't get slapped around, did you, on the bear bias? Hopefully not.
See, this is where I tried to short earlier. I tried to short that previous day high because I thought once we lost that, we'd get a big sell. But That thing yanked back so quick that I was like, goodness. Luckily, I had my target sitting right about 10 points above it. So that's why I only took $72 loss this morning.
Well, this is where you and I are different, right? This is where traders are different. Like, I would never short there because we have data high above. And I know 83% of the time that data high is going to be taken in the same day. So I know you don't care so much about the data high.
No.
And you'll still take the short. But that's, that's how people can be different. So I'm not saying that's the reason why it didn't work. Just sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Guys, forums in the chat. Let's go.
Good luck to all the winners, future winners.
ES just tapped the initial balance low at 68.62 and bounced. The pre-orb did absolutely bang this morning. I lost on the pre-orb because the copy trader, I tried to use a trail stop today. I had no profit target and just a trail stop. And it did not like that at all.
Yeah. All runners got smashed today, man.
It ripped up 50 points and it stopped me out for a loss, oddly enough, because we had a little pullback and the copier just didn't put the stop in fast enough. So it is what it is. So we lost on it today, even though the trade actually won. But that didn't actually tilt me or bother me today because it had nothing to do with me, right? Nothing to do with me. So, and then if you were trading the initial balance, which I'm not really trading it, but I was paying attention to it today, that 320 long. So you would have taken the long off kind of the 320 area and it paid. I did like it because we had the data wick above. So I thought it would work. So a little 320 long there. What do you guys think we're going to the downside?
I'm going to try to shorten to this pivot here.
So Husk is shorting here. Let's see.
I'm just looking for 10 points. I'm going to go to break even if I even hit my 10 points because we'd have to get that pivot down.
Target right at pivot. Yep.
Yeah. And I might even have this 300 as my line in the sand.
That's also, I don't mean to talk over you, but that's also at the session mid, right? Right there at the 293 area, 295.
Yeah, if I get back above 300, we'll close this. So that way we're only risking about 8 or 10 points.
Yeah, just shorting right into the, I don't see Husk do this too often, shorting into the whole number.
Well, no, we done hit the whole number multiple times though.
I don't normally see him do that. It's just new for me. Also, guys, we did kill it on gold last night. We were, gold went 5 for 5 or 6 for 6. I can't remember exactly. Either way, it's undefeated in the last 2 days. It's like 12 and 12 for 12 or something like that, some insane number. So if you're not looking at gold in the evenings between 6 and 10 p.m. Eastern, I don't know what you're doing. I mean, it's just killing it.
Not looking too good here.
Yeah, Abhishek, his part-time job is definitely giving signals. I think you're okay here. I mean, you got the protection of the VWAP at 308. You have a bearish imbalance at 310 or 305. So you got a little bit of stuff here that working in your favor.
I know. I just hate the fact we're about to print a new 5-minute candle.
So we're also about to print a little 5-minute gap here as well.
Yeah, I don't.
So it might come back up and retest 310, 312, somewhere in there. I don't know where you got your stop at, but
313.
313. Yeah, you might be okay here. You might, if this candle can open up and just get maybe just tap 307 and then shove back down.
Yeah, but this is kind of like the pine tree Romney candle thing.
Harami, yeah, it is. I like the Harami way better at the highs and lows, though. I think in the middle of the range, I don't like them as well. I did back test those. If you use the Harami at the highs and lows, it's in the 60% range. The ones in the middle of the range are not as good, but we don't want to knock the Harami. It could work. It could be the way to go. You want Max on the Games of Thrones? Yeah. So there's the push up, balancing that gap. Let's see if it can hold here for Husk and push back down.
Oh no, we're about to get hit.
So let's see here. You got a down close candle there too.
My goodness.
All right, stop them out. Yeah, it's all right. It's part of the game.
Yep, put us back below the 25,000.
Win some, you lose some. That's how she goes.
All right, I got to get off that account because we don't want to take a second trade and dig ourselves in a bigger hole. Oh, is that thing going to hit the 40%?
Well, dude, I think that your stop on that trade needs to be quite a bit higher. I know you're not going to risk more than that.
No, we got to keep it small.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I mean, putting your keeping your risk management in tight there is a good idea. But I do think if it didn't just go, the stop needs to be a bit higher.
I think as soon as it printed that Harmony candle, I should have probably closed it, because most of the time when it breaks, when those are printed like that, most of the time you're going to break to the top side. But I know what you're saying about not making a lower high.
One other thing of note, we did inverse on the 5-minute, not to the downside. So, I mean, I don't see how we don't run the low down at 268 at a minimum. I mean, I think we get down there. It's just a matter of how. We could push back up here. You know, I know, I don't know what Pinetree calls it, that little 50% gap thing that he's been trading. So
That I'm not sure.
that would put you back to like 319. Look at that thing. Did you dirty? Look at that.
I know.
Did him dirty. That sucks.
Yeah, but if it didn't do me that way, I would have had a bigger stop loss and it could have stopped me out. Then, you know, it would have been $200 more. So it's kind of a give type take thing. So even though you could be right, sometimes it's just better to take your loss.
Bear Trader said, it seems NASDAQ spent the night drinking with me, and today he doesn't know where he wants to go. He's hung over. Bear Trader's done put the NASDAQ to sleep. Got him hung over. That's all right. Guys, just a little programming note, just to let you guys know, Matt will not be here today. The stream will be ending at the end of our segment. Matt's going to be looking at a new car or something.
Nice.
Or in negotiations for a new vehicle. So he won't be here today. We will be the final segment. The final countdown. We'll take you into the weekend. Into the weekend. So do us a favor, hit the like button, subscribe. We are less than, I mean, we can't be more than 20 or 30 subs. I mean, it's got to be less than that, right, to get to 64K. Can we make 64K happen in this segment?
I don't know the exact number. All I can see is 63.9K. So I don't have the actual number to see where we're at.
There we go. Breaking the 95s here. Let's see if it gets below the 90 here. I think you're going to see the flush.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see the flush.
All right. We're going to switch over to the 50K MyFundedFutures. And that's what the next trade will be on if we take another one.
Again, we're also right here at the midpoint. So we could put Max on his own segment, Eric. That's true. He could just sit there and lick himself while on the stream. I might be able to, let me see if I can get Max to make an appearance. Let me see here. Maxie. He's asleep right now. It's going to wake him up, see if he'll make an appearance. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. If he wakes up, we'll see what we can do. I got some better cough drops today, guys. We got these. Oh, he is awake. Chloroseptic drops. Maxie, come here. Let me see. He might think this is food. Let's see if we can get him over
you're
here.
so mean.
Dude, if we break 290, I think we see 268 quite fast here.
I think we're going to have to break the 280s to 270s. So that's why I tried to do 10 points before the 80s, because we have a pivot sitting at 881. And a lot of times we kind of like to do a little retest of those pivots. And so that's kind of what I was looking for when we shorted into that 90s while ago.
Right. Well, you also shorted into initial balance low, the midpoint of the session, the whole number. I mean, I do think if those things break, we get a really good, like I said, I think it moves quick if these levels break here. I'm sorry, that's the 15-minute low, not the initial balance low.
Yeah.
15-minute opening range low. So let's go, Balaji. You like it already? Did we find out how many more subs we need to get to 64,000? Did anybody say?
Yeah, I'm not sure how you would go and find that. I don't know if you have to go to the.
No, we just have to ask.
Page?
We just ask somebody.
All right.
Abhishek dropped the link in the chat for our socials there, guys. If you want to follow us on X or on YouTube, obviously, Husk and I both stream on our own respective channels. So if you want to join us there, you can. We also stream in the evenings as well, late into the night. Why not?
Yeah. 10, 11 o'clock some nights, guys. 10, 11 o'clock at night sometimes.
Yeah, I try not to stay on super late. I mean, some nights you'll catch me on at 10:30, 11 p.m., but most nights it's just like till 9 o'clock or something. Depends on if I'm hungry, right? If I'm hungry or not. So anybody got any big plans in the chat for the weekend? I am going to go, we're going to be going to a Braves game this weekend and got a high school baseball doubleheader tonight.
Who are Braves playing this weekend?
They're playing the Guardians.
Oh, okay.
The Cleveland Guardians, which is Jason's favorite team. And the Braves are Jackson's favorite team. So there you go.
Remember, guys. Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying that's the reason we're going. So.
Okay. Yeah. On the short here, you just got to be cautious of the 73 and 80 level.
What do you got? 73 previous day high?
Yeah.
We already bounced off that once, though. So I kind of think that we probably get through there.
I know it's pretty wild. I've taken both losses down here today.
You didn't learn your lesson.
I know it. I thought this second time would get us through.
He said, NASDAQ, hit me again.
Yeah. It's like, give me another NASDAQ. Give me another. That's basically when I'm, my brain is telling me as I'm clicking the sell button. Give me another. I was so hoping that we would have finished above the 25K, man. We worked. That was only my second loss on that account.
Not a big deal.
In what, 2 weeks?
You guys know the joke. You know the joke doesn't go like this, but this is the way we're gonna do it. We're gonna say, what do you tell a husk who shows up with 2 black eyes? Nothing. He's already been told twice. It might get him a third time. No.
No. We got to wait for it to at least clear the 73, 80 area before we consider a short with this 50K. We got a little profit. We took a little win earlier. I think we're up like $60 so far today on that account. So we got a little bit of green to work with.
The market really kind of slowed down here, guys. Right before we were getting on the stream, it started this downside move, and it's really starting to consolidate here. ATR all the way down to 18 on the 2-minute chart here. ES is at the lows here, and NASDAQ is not quite there yet. So a little bit of a ways to go for NASDAQ. We do have the previous day close and the open down here. So you got the gap fill that has not been filled yet.
There's my target.
We're going to say might take an opportunity down here at the previous day close. What I might do is let it wick through it, and we may take it off the backdoor entry, that kind of deal there. Huss loves the backdoor entries. He's the one who coined the phrase, and he takes them all the time.
Dude, that thing literally went 1 3/4 point past my stop loss.
I mean, I tried to hold your hand. I told you to move the stop, but I don't know what to tell you.
I know.
I'm just kidding. No, it's good discipline not moving the stop there, because at the end of the day, we have no idea if it's really going to respect those levels. Even though you had some things going for you right there as far as little resistance, you don't know if it's going to respect those levels. And it's better to just take that risk that you already put on and just eat the loss and be fine with it. So, or you could always double the size and enter again. I mean, that was an option.
Do that. We're done with that account for the day. We did our 1 loss. But I am liking the short here.
Double the size and enter again. I don't know what to tell you. If I do take the previous day close bounce here, guys, I'm going to take it with one micro, 10 points. We're going to risk $20. So we'll still be up $33 even if it loses. I'm just trying to decide. Actually, you know what? If I can get a front door entry here, I don't hate it. And the reason is we have it's at the 240 level. So it would just be wicking through the 250, which we typically get a little bit of reaction off of. And let me see here. So ES is already at the open price right now. 68.60 was the open price on the ES. So we actually might get a bounce right here off initial balance low, potentially.
Yeah, I tried to short this previous day high down to the 50.
Again?
Well, underneath the wick.
But you're short now?
Yeah, from the previous day high. I got my stop loss sitting right there at the pivot. But if we recover that pivot, more likely it's going to be a big move back up to the upside from there.
Yeah, my only concern is, like I said, ES filled the gap, but NASDAQ did not.
Well, I'm hoping we can at least get a little 50 push, then a bounce.
I wouldn't doubt it. 242.25. I'll take the. I'm going to stab at 242.25 along. I have a pivot at 262 as well. I don't know if you have that there.
No, remember I use Fibonacci pivots.
So initial balance low 268.75. 262 is just a standard pivot. Actually, I think the short probably is okay. ES is not really showing any willingness to bounce, even though it did fill the gap. That could be a sign for this trade as well, though. Maybe I shouldn't take it.
Oh, you mean for a nice, what, 42 bounce?
Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't take it. I don't know. We'll see how it approaches it. Again, if it's just death candling towards it, then we'll take it through the back door. But if it just kind of, if it's kind of easing its way towards it, then we'll make a decision. So this looks good for your short. You hit your first TP?
Yeah. Too bad it's on the wrong account, guy.
It doesn't matter what account it's on. Listen, Oh, Ethan uses Picasso pivots now. Fibonacci pivots are so yesterday.
So we're short from 67.
All right, I'm going to take the long. The bounce off 42.
Yeah, I like that too.
The risk is it's defined, right? 10 points. You see, this is what I was trying to get right there. You see how we get that reaction off the 50 level? We just didn't quite get it. Didn't get the push into my level there.
Oh, that should have been my big win for the Friday. Just a little, just one candle too early on that one, guys. One candle too early.
I may actually, I'm thinking I might.
Man, this thing's probably coming all the way. Man, what a reaction off that previous day close.
Well, we didn't hit it yet. The open and the close are in the same spot.
How's everybody else's trading been going in this price action today? Has everybody been pretty good about just kind of staying away from over trading and revenge trading today? I know it's very tough today, especially on some of these candles and big wicks. As you can see, we're just not getting the follow through. What was that, Methodical?
I said I was going to think about an initial balance short here, but I don't like how far away ES is actually from initial balance, so I'm not sure. I might take it through the back door if we get it, or we may add a second contract down there at the previous day close. Green and risk off. Let's go trade for keeps. No trade today is Rupesh. Hey, no trade is a trade, right? That's the thing. No trade is a trade. We may be a little aggressive here and risk $40 of our $53 in profit on this initial balance or this previous day close trade. You guys know this is one of my very, very favorite trades. It's got about a 64% win rate with a 1R. 1-to-1, 64%. I back tested it, forward tested it, flipped it, flopped it, did everything you could, and it's still 64%. So you don't get the trade every day.
And we're going to be targeting the 210s. We do have the London low down there at 203.
No trade is not a trade. Well, I mean, it's still a trade. If you're following your rules and you didn't get your setup, then that's still a trade. Oof. Oh man, it would have tagged me in right there, and it would be like almost at the target.
Would have been better if you got a little retest of that previous day high. Just kind of hit off that, then
that would have been a zero drawdown trade right there, but I just didn't press the button. Excuse me. I did not press the button. Why don't you guys tell me to press the button? Deba Deep, because he talks about it all the time. He's like, I'm going to take this trade through the back door. So I don't know what you got on your mind. Maybe you got something on your mind. You're thinking something a little different. I don't know.
Yeah.
What to tell you.
We do that because sometimes you don't really know if it's going to respect that level or not. So sometimes it's best to wait and see if we wick through the level and try to place the entry behind it. So,
Yeah, but the only thing about that, it does help you, especially if you're trying to use a very tight stop, right? That does help you. The only time that costs you is when it just taps it and goes, which it will do a lot of times.
Yeah, there's definitely a hit and miss with that sometimes.
So I think the NQ, though, more often than not, you probably still get the wick through. The stop here might be a bit too tight, but I'm going with the 10 points. That's what I've back tested. That's what we're going with. So let's see if we get tagged in here. I'm going to close my eyes. You guys let me know what happens, okay? I'm not moving the stop. I'm not doing any. I'm not looking. You guys, I can't see. I can't see anything. I completely can't see through my fingers.
You didn't get tagged in, didn't you?
Not yet.
You have that the previous day closed?
242 is my entry. 242.
Oh, it's going to knife.
Rude.
Knife.
We don't want it to knife.
Now, are you trading your...
Yeah, this is my challenge account.
Oh.
Husk is over here rooting for a loss. You hear that?
Oh, I thought maybe you put your challenge away since you're up, man.
Did them up $53. Who puts it up at 53 bucks?
Me.
Not me.
Gotta stay on the positive side.
Man, this thing is getting the reaction before it tags me in. No risk, no Rari, says Son of Wall Street.
There's the retest of the previous day high, so that's a good sign. You want to see that nice little wick into that previous day high. It's just if we reclaim that previous day high, we could get a big move back up to the top side.
You got a small SMT at the low here with the ES. I don't think it holds, but there is a small SMT there. How's it going to come so close, not tag me in, bounce, 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 and then when it tags me in, it's just going to say, no more bounces. No more bounces for you. I just noticed that we just crossed over at the top of the hour. I didn't even notice that. So probably, I don't know, maybe a little manipulation here at the top of the hour. Go under my monitor and blow up. If I do that, Ethan, it's not going to come back down and tag me in.
Oh, goodness, guys. Goodness.
Izzy Lizzy in the house. I'm trying to get Max to come over here so I can show him to you guys. So he's feeling better. Let me see if I can pretend I got food, but he's not having it. Oh, wait, he's interested now. He's like, oh, what is that? He's like, oh, what is that?
What's usually everybody's struggling day? Does everybody mostly struggle on Mondays and Fridays? Is that usually, it seems like that's the hardest days to stay positive?
Well, I typically struggle 5 days a week. I struggle.
Fridays usually gets me the most. Fridays is usually one of those days where we get this like super choppy price action, especially after a news event. It's either very whippy, or you remember like the last few Fridays where we were getting like 80, 90 point whips on the 5 minutes. Like it was just insane. Those Fridays.
Well, I don't know if it's Friday as much as that's just the day you remember the most because you got 2 days to think about it, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because you don't really think about from day to day. It's just like, man.
I mean, if you lose on Monday, you're trading the next morning. If you lose on Tuesday, you know what I mean? But Friday, you got to wait till Monday. Yeah, Sunday night, something like that. Something like that. But yeah, I don't mind. I really don't, in my opinion, just my personal opinion here, I don't trade any difference on a Monday versus a Friday, a Tuesday versus a Thursday. I mean, I trade the same every day. And I do think the results, you know, maybe you're a little more results oriented on Friday. I agree with you there as far as like, okay, I don't want to go into the weekend red, you know?
Oh yeah. We're going to have to think about a little bit of red. We're going to be red on 3 accounts for the weekend.
So look at this, guys. Look at this. We're kind of creating a little barcode, a little idiot box, if you will, a little Tom Sabo box here. So best case scenario, we want to see a little manipulation grab out the bottom. I really would like to see the grab out the bottom first so it can kind of then push back out the top. I don't know if it'll do that, but that's what I really want. So don't pop out the top here. Let's go back out the bottom first, grab me in, and then go out the top.
Yeah, we're still short from 67 with our runner. So we got our runner sitting right above the previous day high.
So your stops at what, 73?
75, just right above it, couple points.
Nice.
in case it wicked back into it. You can see it already wicked into it once. And so, and that's where we shorted. We shorted right as it broke that previous day high. We were already up almost 30 points, but with the runner, we were trying to hold it and see if we can break that previous day close.
I think it's a really good opportunity here to get the move lower. I'm looking for a bounce at the previous day close in the open, but that's just a trade that I would look for all the time. But ultimately, I do think we probably push lower. I like the 193 level on that push down. I don't see why not. So the only thing to keep in mind is, like I said, ES did not run the data high. So 193s probably get swept. Let me kind of zoom out a little more. Yeah, I like 193 to potentially get swept, maybe even 145, and then maybe we push back up for the rest of the day.
I'm targeting right. I was going to do the London lows down at the 200s, but I decided to get a little bit more greedy here, and we're going to go for the 175s and see.
Yeah, 202.75 London low.
I think so. Unless it's wrong. You got to remember, I think some of my charts are wrong because they're still on Central Time. And being in Eastern Time, I think, has messed with some of my charts.
No, I have it at 202.75. So,
okay.
I think you're right. All right. May get tagged in here. Let's see if we can get the bounce. ES is back approaching the low there. We do have a support level on ES at 53. The problem is it didn't really directly tap it. It kind of tested that area a couple times. Man, this thing is being so dirty.
Well, if you don't remember last night, this is where the NQ exploded off of this 42, because I tried to actually take a 5-point short here last night, and I knew I made a mistake. It was one of those deals where it misses your target by like 4 ticks, and then you're like, well, maybe we'll get it the second try, and the second try never works. It hit that thing second point or the second try, man, and just exploded like freaking 15, 20 points up through it.
Yeah, for sure.
So luckily, go ahead.
Somebody said Trump is speaking.
No.
Is Trump speaking? Let me see.
Hey, you need like a freaking Trump direct line, like when he's speaking. Hopefully it's not like televised where it's not like going to cause anything crazy with this candle.
I don't see him. Is he speaking? Hold on.
It could just be one of those press conferences. Like, White House press conference where they speak on a daily basis, I think.
I don't see it anywhere. Anybody else see Trump speaking? I know he was speaking earlier. Yeah, I don't see him speaking either.
So if we break through this previous day high, guys, we could hit that pivot up there at 81. So if we hit that pivot, then we start coming back through that previous day high. I will re-enter on that.
Wow, ES is back at the top side of the range here as well.
Now, if we start squeezing through those levels, then that's when my bias is going to change back to long.
We'll announce the winner soon. NQ Futures Talk. I haven't seen them yet. As soon as I see them, you'll hear me say, claim your prize.
And we will be back also to our normal settings next Monday, guys. So usually what it looks like in the background, the wall, the picture and stuff. This week I've been at my sister's house. Big shout out to my sister for thinking to her to let me stream over here. Methodical man wouldn't let me come to his house. He was like, no, Husk, no.
Yeah, so there's not enough room over here for two of us, Not enough room, can't do it. What did oil do today? Let me take a look.
Inside bar. All right, man.
What is it? So the upside?
Yeah, well, yeah, it just broke the upside on the inside bar. Someone was bringing it up in the chat.
So oil just kind of grinding back higher here today, up about $2 or $3.
All right, looks like our runner's about to get stopped out. I'm looking to see what happens with this pivot here.
Yeah.
So pretty much a break-even trade. So the way I have my stuff set up at this time of the day is I'm looking for 10 points with 2 contracts. And then my runner, I can still have a negative drawdown and still be a break-even trade. So that's kind of how we have our stuff set up.
We just got to go in the corner and cry, guys.
Yeah, unless it just doesn't hit the, 2 points. like a while ago.
It's going to fill that gap down there. I was looking to get that trade in here, but I don't know. And now the fact that it kind of manipulated out of the top, I don't like that. I'm not as big of a fan of it now.
I like it back to the top side now, since we're breaking back above the previous day high in this pivot here.
Well, I'm just thinking if it's just a manipulation here, it might just be trapping some longs to kind of go lower. And I don't know if the previous day close gets the reaction that we're looking for at that point. Guys, remember, we still got the code YouTube, got a couple sales going on there. You can get the 25K for, what is it, $77? 25K for $87. Rapid, with a profit split of 90-10, rebuilds at the discounted price. 100K payout cap per user. Use code YouTube for the best deals. There you go.
Nice.
We're back to the 21 EMA here on the 2-minute.
I don't know about you, but man, we print back above this pivot. I'm probably going to long on my 50K.
I am not longing.
We still got about 2.5 minutes. So still got to wait about 2.5 minutes to see what this next candle does. You want to see this next candle print and wick, where it wicks back into support.
I just think we sweep lower one more time. So usually usually when we have a big sell-off or a big push up, you kind of get a manipulation leg, right? One that pushes back up and then we start lower. Now, I will say this. There is a pretty obvious wick up there at 314 that probably is about 40-50% of this range. Let me measure it.
Well, you could probably get the pullback if you look at the 50%, probably up to the 20 to 30.
Yeah, 320.
Yeah, 320.
So 315. Possibly. That wick at 314 sits inside a bearish imbalance. I mean, that could be a good target to move back up, but I'm not going to long it because at any moment, like, I always ask myself, like, does it have to take out that wick at 314? Does it have to go to 320? No, it doesn't. Is it more likely it's going to take out that previous day close and the new day opening gap? I think that's probably a higher probability to me than going back up to 320. It could do both. I don't know.
Dun, dun, dun. Let's see.
ES
got about a minute and a half.
ES is back at resistance here at the initial balance low at 68.6250. If it pops that, you might see a decent sized candle back to the upside here, but I'm still going to sit it out. Still going to sit it out.
We're up right at what, $1,300 in this account. So I feel like we have a little profit to risk. What, $60?
There's nothing wrong with the long. It's just not good enough for me to take it on the account here. Also, you got the 21 EMA on the 5-minute sitting up there about 309.
Actually 301. It would have to break 301.
Rocky Mountain short CL.
Oh, short and gold. I mean, oil.
Earl.
So usually if Earl is going down, the NQ is going up. So hopefully that's going to be our case here for anybody that's trading the Earl.
You could maybe try a suit play up there at the 314, 320 area, but I don't know, man. I'm going to wait and see. Be a little more patient with it. See if this thing wants to hold.
No one likes shorts. Good one.
Bear Trader loves the shorts.
Is that who's short in oil? Bear Trader?
No, that was Rocky Mountain.
Oh, okay.
He was short on paper.
Oh.
He said he wants to be a paper millionaire. Nothing wrong with that.
He's living the sim life, man. Nothing like it, dude.
Yeah.
You're in a good mood every day when you're living the sim life.
It's okay. Guys, we got the link to the Discord in the chat there. If you're not a member of the Discord, what are you doing? You know, you get the real-time information as soon as possible through the Discord. So join the Discord if you're not already a member of the MyFundedFutures Discord. The link's right there in the chat. Once again, guys, I'm going to let you guys know one more time. Matt will not be here today. He's got something going on. So Husk and I will be ending the stream at 12:30, so you guys know. So if you're expecting to see Matt, you won't see him until Monday. He decided a 3-day weekend was for him. That's what he said.
Yeah, definitely thank you guys for the likes and subscribe and support.
So we got the
Oh.
VWAP sitting up there at the 305 as well on the NQ. Yes, just having trouble getting back above initial balance low here. Finally starting to break through there. Yes, VWAP is sitting up there at 68.68. So
Need the Matt intro music. I know sometimes Methodical Man plays his intro music and I'll have his stuff up loud and that stuff will just blow my eardrums.
hey,
It's so
you know,
loud.
sometimes you just got to let a rip tater chip. Yes, getting a nice little bull break here. Again, the only thing that I would say is I would wait for this 315, 320 area. So let's see how price reacts there.
Yeah, we're going to wait for at least 310 because you really need to break back above this previous leg.
You do have a lot of stuff up here in the 315, 320 area that could knock you down. You got the 21 EMA, the 50 EMA on the 2 minute. You got the VWAP, the WEVOP. You got, you're back inside the pre-orb 15-minute range as well.
Dude, this pre-orb's been a magnet today.
CL breaking back up. Let's see. Now CL's breaking down a little bit here. Not much. I mean, really, CL today's just it put in a low, and then it's just been kind of higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low so far. So maybe it wants to continue up. We'll see.
I don't think I had one clean like actual setup today where it felt like you were going to get your trade today. That's what it felt like this morning. It was horrible.
Yeah, it's difficult. 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes on the giveaway. We're about to announce the giveaway winners in 3 minutes. I know to some of you guys that sounds like forever, but it's not. It's just 3 minutes, okay? You maybe, if this is truly going to just get the reverse, if this is truly the reversal point and we're going to just head back up, then you really want to see 275, 278 area hold.
Yeah, you want to see it push back into that 280 where that pivot and that previous day high is and shoot back up above 300 here.
We also got a bullish imbalance there. You also got your 9 EMA there on the 2 minute. So if it's truly going to be building out a bit of a flag here to go higher, we'll see.
Yeah, I think the only trade that I really liked from earlier is actually I took on this account where we created a little order block and we exploded to that 286. I think that was the only trade I liked all of today. The rest was just very iffy.
Well, it's one of those days, not high probability, difficult action, not really expanding, just kind of chopping back and forth. I mean, when you look at your 5 minute chart and you see all those sideways candles there after open, just kind of barcoding with huge wicks on both sides. The only thing that gave me my bullish bias was the fact that we had the data wick up there at the 363 or whatever it was, 386. That's the only thing that gave me the bullish bias, and that's why I kept trying to long. However, we oversized and we cost ourselves. So,
is there anybody in the chat in the long, or is anybody in a short? All right, winners are pronounced.
All right, guys, we got Adrianio, Trezzo Cash, Shade Tricks, Renzitis, Ace Trades. Are you here? Congratulations. Speak now or lose your account to someone else. Decent reaction off the 84 level there. Still did not balance that gap, that lower gap, but decent reaction.
Congrats to all the winners, guys.
All right, there we go. Getting a little pullback here on the ES.
Pretty much another bull flag here, man.
It is, but whether or not this holds up is kind of the question. I mean, to me, I think we still got that interest lower. I still think we move lower. And that's why I'm kind of considering maybe a little single micro short here, but probably not. I could. I mean, I don't see anything holding. I don't see anything holding the ES up from going down here. Nothing.
Let's see what happens with the previous day high. If we start looking like we're going to butter through it, then knife through it. Definitely.
I really don't see anything holding us up here, in my opinion, at least on the ES there.
Waiting. Kind of want to see it kind of push through the 70s. Didn't quite get through there. What it is, it's kind of bumping heads with the previous day high right there. And there's always a lot of resistance around that level. And it's looking to pivot. Go ahead.
I was going to say we could get a 2-minute inversion back to the downside, but we're still in discount. We never made it back to premium. I guess on the overall range, we made it back to premium, but not of this leg. So a little bit of a tricky spot to short, but I still would like to see it push down to the previous day close and give me my long, but it may not. It just might not. Here's the thing. If we get a close below here, I mean, stop would have to be, 20 points, depending upon where it closed at a minimum.
If I short, I'm just going to use my pivot as the stop loss because usually I just play off the pivots. If the pivot's going to break, and more likely it's going to move back up higher anyway. So I usually just play off my pivots.
Probably going to be an invalid trade here if you're looking for the inversion because that candle there did not quite close below. And we're still in a 5-minute gap as well. Let me see, look at the 1 minute just to take a peek. Yeah, 1 minute didn't close below either. Kind of has to close below 268. So you could try to wait for all of them. 268 on the 1 minute, 270 on the 5 minute, 2.5 minutes here. Maybe if all closed below at the same time, it could maybe give you a little more confidence that maybe this thing's going to move lower. Not quite sure.
I know. Like I said, very tough spot.
You see you getting the push right back up there. Now, one thing this could do here, this could put in an order block right here, right? We could push back up, close an up, close candle, and then push back down and put in an OB right here and have an inversion with the new day opening gap below. That could be pretty decent setup. Because then you could just put your stop above the order block. You have just a hard stop there. So let's see kind of what happens here. You got another 45 seconds on this candle. See how it closes. So
that's what the 2 minutes.
Yeah. So you'd have to go bearish. You'd have to go bearish engulfing here on the 2 minute. Right after this candle closes, you'd have to go bearish engulfing. Let's see what it does. Another 30 seconds here. I think that's probably what we get. That would be higher confidence too, because then you have an order block with an inversion, with the new day opening gap below. You are still a little bit in discount here, not really in premium. So I'm just kind of thinking out loud there. I'm not sure if that, I have no idea if that happens. We'll find out. No idea. Just trying to think out loud, see if we get another opportunity. So here we go. Here's your new candle. It is going bearish engulfing so far.
Just say anybody from the chat, is anybody short or long? Is anybody stuck in a trade? Trying to work your way out?
Man, I'm kind of leaning towards just taking the short right now, risk $40, but I may not.
I mean, this is a horrible looking 5-minute candle, man. It doesn't even have a body on it. It's just all wick.
Yeah, it is. But that's maybe a little bullish looking.
It's like, nope, yep, nope. It's like, oh, it's been one of those days, man. Oh, goodness.
Back to the 290 here as well. Man, I could stab here in less than a 10-point stop. I'm going to give it a try. I mean, I got less than a 10-point stop here, guys. Well, actually, it'll be a 10-point stop.
For your long?
No, I'm short.
Oh, you're short. Oh,
yeah, I'm short.
Going long there. All right, I thought it was going short, guys.
Stabbing short. Stabbing wagon. Going break even now. Can't lose. Cannot lose.
I've had no luck shorting into the freaking the pivot and the previous day high. Every time I've tried to do that, I've just gotten smashed, guys. So.
And that's what we call a sniper entry, guys. 0 drawdown in target. Bing! Right away. It's called a sniper entry. Let's go. Up $71.
Nice.
I could hold. You could really, if you're still in that trade, you could hold it for the new day opening gap down there at 242. I think it would go there. You know. All right, we got a riddle in the chat, guys. Riddle in the chat. See what you can do. Let me see if I can guess it.
Where's it at?
I don't know. It's Abhishek posted it in the chat there. It's up there somewhere. Guess the word. Space A space 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 S. First person to find the word gets a 50K rapid account.
Let's see.
Gas station. That's my guess. Gas station. No, wait. That can't be it. Who's the winner? We have the winner. Pud Jump. No, wait. That's Raul. Who's the winner? Somebody got it. A little bit of a riddle there in the chat, but somebody got it already. We'll find out who it is in a moment.
Nice.
Hey, Jim.
That was quick.
I tried to get yours approved, Jim, but Smoky Trades got it. I don't know what I'm not sure what the answer was. Payouts was the answer.
Oh,
There we go.
good one.
All right, so here is the idea here, guys. So if we put in an OB here, you have to have the inversion with the OB here. And then that would give us the idea that maybe we resweep the low. So you really need to close below this gap. And, you know, obviously if you close below the gap, you're going to be creating an OB. You'd like to see it done on this candle, honestly. But it may not. It doesn't look like it's going to do it. Also, by the way, the previous day close, since I took that win earlier, I am going to just only risk the $20 from that win. If we get that trade here in the next 2 minutes, we'll see. Probably not. But we'll give it the old college try. But I'll show you guys the challenge account here. Here's the balance. We're at up $71 right now, and the balance is at 25,134. So moving along quite slow, but you know, trying our best to just kind of ease it towards the finish line there. It's going to take a minute.
Yeah, I'm back to 24,920.
So he's at 24,920 and I'm at 25,134. So that's about a $200 spread. So I'm about $200 in front of Husk right now. I mean, if he comes in second place in a two-man competition, I mean, how bad could it be? You know what I mean?
Yeah, second place. That's a pretty good participation trophy there, second place.
Yeah, it just needs a participation trophy.
Yeah, I'll take a participation trophy for second place.
This is going to be a while, guys. This trade, I mean, like for us to get funded, yeah, think about it. Probably $50 to $100 a day. You're looking at it taking another month probably before we even get funded. Then you got to do it again and gets payout.
Yeah.
So this will probably be going on for a couple of months here. We do have something that we're going to be doing after that we already have planned, but we can't let you know about it yet. It will involve some of the other hosts, just so you know. But yeah, it'll be a fun time. But it'll be a couple of months. It'll be until this competition is over, unfortunately. Does not look like I'm going to get tagged in on this trade by the end of the segment, guys. So let's go ahead and wrap this up. If you guys are green, I suggest just walking away. Enjoy your weekend. No point in going into the weekend, you know, mad after kind of being in the green. We will be back Monday, same time, same place. And yeah, just enjoy your weekend. Have a good time.
Enjoy your weekends, guys. Thank you.
And we'll be back on Monday. Again, Matt's not going to be here today, so we're going to be ending the stream right now. So appreciate you guys watching. Thanks to everybody in the back end. And we'll see you guys next time.